The Stanley Cup Playoffs on ABC, brought to you by Bud Light, the proud sponsor of the NHL, and Southwest Airlines, official airline of the National Hockey League.
On a spectacular late afternoon in Denver, Colorado, we welcome you inside the Pepsi Center. Game 2, Western Conference semifinals. The Avalanche looking to even this series at a game apiece before it shifts to San Jose. And it's whistled down offside some 10 seconds into the game.
Evgeny Nabokov had a real strong game in game number 1 coming into this building, a building in which he is familiar with and has played well. And as we take a look at the important stuff with Evgeny, Rookie of the Year last year, 37 wins this season. He's an even-keeled individual, and he doesn't shy away from putting blame on himself. In fact, he didn't like the second goal that Colorado scored in the last game, and you got to admire that from a player after the game, telling people that was my fault. I gave the momentum. It made it a 3-2 hockey game. Evgeny Nabokov, as much as we talk about Patrick Roy, Nabokov is going to have to be wonderful, I think, in the first 10 minutes of this game, because you know the Avalanche have regrouped. And by regrouping, you know that they're going to throw everything at the San Jose net. And as I mentioned, I always counted 6-3 empty net goal in the last game. I never count the empty net goals. You know that, huh, Steve?
Goaltenders never do. Well, it doesn't count on your goals against average either. The Sharks in the road teal, the Avalanche in the home whites. Play to the left of Evgeny Nabokov. And here's Eric Messier back behind the San Jose net. Stefan Yell leaves for Greg DeVries, who's had a career year and having a career postseason. Really been an offensive force, especially in that first round of that 7-game series win over the LA Kings. DeVries trying to pinch in. He's everywhere. Now he's on the near boards. And they work it hard along the wall. San Jose had 5 days off in between series after doing away with the Coyotes in 5 games.
Well, good shift so far for Stefan Yell's line, and that's good news for Patrick Roy, because Yell's line really struggled up against the Ricci line in game number 1. For Patrick Roy, he's the NHL all-time playoff leader in games, wins, and shutouts. 4 Stanley Cups, 3 Conn Smythe trophies, and a bounce-back mentality like no other. And the thing you admire about Patrick is the fact he goes right to the drawing board the next game. Rob Blake's also in the lineup, and John Davidson was talking about Rob in the studio, and just the impact of Rob. We know he's not 100%. That's the fact of the matter in the playoffs, but what a gutsy effort coming back here for game number 2 with the undisclosed injury that he has.
Well, a better question would be, who is 100% now in the playoffs?
Yeah, you bet.
Not any of the good players. If you're a good player and you're in traffic this time of year, you're not 100%.
And you know the San Jose Sharks are going to go through Rob Blake every single time. They're going to finish their check just to make sure he's thinking and looking around every time he has the puck.
Of course, the downside to not knowing for sure if it's a leg injury or not is you go after every single part of the body. It's not as if they can focus on just going after one part.
And it's nothing new. All great players get hit. I mean, that's the fact of the matter. That's the rule of thumb in playoff hockey. You go through the good players, make them pay a price.
Sharks try to push it ahead, just too far from Marco Sturm, and Waugh will sweep it away. Up the near side, Forsberg deep in his own end. Patrick Marleau, the hottest Shark. He's got at least 1 point in every single playoff game so far. Out to the blue line. Reinprecht was taken down. And the Sharks get to it with Teemu Selanne. Far side. Marleau knocks it down. Tried to get it through to Selanne. Could not. Reinprecht is there. Reinprecht is in pretty good playoffs. Really struggled in game 1 of the series. He was a -3 in the 6-3 loss here on home ice to the Sharks. 2 days off in between games 1 and 2. Got to think that certainly helped the Avalanche as well.
Absolutely. Help them regroup, help them refocus. I mean, game 1 was basically a game 8. They were trying to run on the emotion that they built by beating the Los Angeles Kings, but not too much time to prepare for the next opponent.
Here's Heino trying to roar in, trying to send it. Couldn't get it around Matt Bradley. Big hit, Stefan Matteau on the far side. Kept in, big shot by Blake. And it's stopped by Nabokov, and he's in the hockey game. Brian Muir's soft shot, deflect off the shin pad, and will go to the corner. And here's Bradley. He'll shoot it around. The Sharks will go for a change, get some fresh troops on the ice.
Yeah, and again, the Yell line going up against the Ricci line, and it's a key matchup all game long. And I know Bob Hartley wants that matchup, and I think Daryl Sutter doesn't mind it as well, seeing what happened in game number 1 and how well the Ricci line played.
Suter's back for the touch. Icing is called, and that can only mean one thing. Here's Joe Micheletti.
Okay, guys, thanks very much. You know, Bob Hartley talked about his team before the game. He said, listen, it wasn't just Patrick Waugh not having a good game in game number 1. So he talked to his team the last couple of days about playing much better defensively, something they got away from, and also worked on their emotions, getting higher for this game. As far as Daryl Sutter is concerned, the San Jose coach, he said the key for his team is not to give the Colorado Avalanche any respect. He tried to avoid mentioning names like Sakic and Blake and Forsberg and Patrick Waugh as they got ready for game number 2, which that means is they're going to try and hit them hard every chance they get. Guys?
Yeah, you start going down, scrolling through the names of the Colorado Avalanche players. You do. Young players can get a little overwhelmed, but one thing about San Jose is they're a very veteran-like group.
Nolan tried the centering feed through to Adam Graves and could not connect. Here's Sakic. He's 1-on-2 now, but wouldn't be the first time he's beat a couple of defensemen up high on Nabokov, and he'll hang on. Sakic, we mentioned, in a bit of a struggle. No goals in his last 6 games.
And the Avalanche, Steve, have not scored a first-period goal in the last 5 games. So I'm talking about San Jose preparing for a big storm coming their way. Colorado's got to do a better job in that first period, getting the puck in deep, generating some shots. The one shot so far in this game, it was by Bob Hartley's all-star defenseman and former Norris Trophy winner Rob Blake, and it was on the right point. He tried to go high on Nabokov, and Nabokov is a very patient goaltender, and you can tell when he's going. When he's on, he's seen the puck, he's calm, and he just let that hit his right shoulder, and then the defenseman cleared that shot by Blake.
Sharks try to wrap it around the boards. They'll get a second crack at it. Nolan is stood up by Kasparaitis. A pair of 11s getting together. Drury sends it towards the front of the net. It's knocked down and it's cleared back to center ice. Coming up on 4 minutes in of the first period, and we're scoreless from the Pepsi Center in Denver. They sold, if you had $100, that would buy your way into the building, but not good enough to get a seat. That's a standing room ticket here for this one at the Pepsi Center. Pushed out ahead, and the Sharks get to it. Sundstrom goes cross ice, and that shot from the angle from Thornton was stopped by Watt. Another shot kicked off the outside of the post. And this is that third line that not just we're talking about, that everybody in hockey is buzzing about for the Sharks. Stewart shot from the angle, missed the mark on the short side. Big rebound off the end boards, and the Avs are fortunate. Drury got to it at the blue line. Here's Stewart. He's got a lane. Shot if he wants it. And he did. He just missed on the far side.
Yeah, he was just able to get that over the stick of Kasparaitis. It might have tipped off the stick, and that's why it went high. A dangerous situation for the Avs to deal with because Stewart can shoot the puck.
And across the line, here's Sturm. Good back check by Dan Heinold for Colorado. Here's Solani. Trying to set up Marlowe in front. Couldn't get it to him. And the Avs try to get to it. Larson looked like he put it out of play and into the crowd. 5:01 into this scoreless first.
Good start by Patrick Waugh here, getting himself square to the one shot from the far side. Kasparaitis cleared it right over to Thornton. Thornton's shot was stopped as well. Sundstrom let it rip. Oh, it went through the legs. Man, through the legs of Kasparaitis. And the Avs defenseman going down to block it, not blocking it at all. In fact, you end up screening your goaltender, so Patrick Waugh had to be real sharp with that left pad.
Waugh's last 6 games, his goals against is 2.02. His save percentage is .913. Yet his record is only 2-4. Simply because the Avs haven't been supporting him. Goals for, goal support in those 6 games. Just over a goal and a half for Colorado. And here come the Sharks out to center ice. In across the line. Oh, Marlowe, what a play to get in. The shot stopped by Waugh. Patrick Marlowe opened up for him, the ice in front of him. 3-on-2 and across the line. Forsberg's pass is broken up, and the Sharks will break right back. Here's Sturm. It's a 2-on-1. He's got help. Gets to the cross shot. Stopped by Waugh. Patrick Waugh and Teemu Selanne.
Solani's out of gas, too. Long shift. He can barely get to the boards. What a 2-on-1 break and super play to set up Selanne. Although I do think that puck was bouncing and his angle was too severe.
And across the line. Quick shot from Keane is stopped by Nabokov, and he'll hang on.
2-on-1 break through the neutral zone, and this came right on the heels. As you see Selanne really fighting the altitude. Your shifts are long, you're dying. The next one, Sturm looked like he was going to shoot. The defenseman DeVries came over to him and just got the heel of his stick on this pass, which caused it to roll. Selanne's a right-hand shot. He's just waiting for it. If that pass comes to him quicker, and lower and flat on the ice, he's got a wide open net, a gaping net for a very confident Solani, who scored his first playoff goal since 1999. 14 games, but that's not fair. Last year he was a third of a man with a broken thumb and a bad wheel.
Now just off a player, and it's kept in the zone by Colorado. Messier is battling there with Todd Harvey of the Sharks. Harvey's able to work it free. Gets a little help from the goaltender from Mike Rathjen on the far side. Off a stick at center, and the Avs able to get to it. Can't do anything with it for now, and pumped back out to center ice. Here's Bradley. He's got some help finally in the form of Mateau. Mateau is crunched on the far side by Muir, and a penalty coming up. Muir was the one who initiated the contact, but Muir is the player down on the ice. We'll sort it out when we come back, but either way, there'll be a power play when we come back to Denver.
Sweet jacket.
Yeah. Signed by everyone on Boston's last cup team.
Yeah. Wasn't that like 1972 against New York?
Oh, Ray, honey, I'm so sorry. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. My fault. I'm oh, just.
For men, every morning it's the same routine. The desperate search for a way to relieve the pain after shaving. There's a better way to soothe your skin. Nivea for Men Aftershave Balm is an advanced blend of moisturizers and vitamins that soothe and actually improve your skin. Nivea for Men, more evolved skincare.
What is wrong with you?
So you sure this is okay? What if someone calls?
What if someone calls?
Sometimes you feel like being dependable. Sometimes you just want to go for a drive. Chevy Impala.
I'll be there. Jerky. Back at the Pepsi Center and set for a power play. The call is elbowing against Stefan Mateau at 6:27. First power play of the game. We get a chance, we'll give you a look at it.
Yeah.
And you be the judge at home. As for the elbowing penalty. Off a skate, and the Avs look to move away. Drury out with Sakic and Forsberg. Forsberg is stood up and then sent down. Sakic in deep, slammed around the boards. Kept in by Blake. He makes that power play look an awful lot better when he's in the line. Towards the front of the net. On the floater, it was deflected but wide. Ricci got to it, and he's able to clear. Referees are Denny LaRue and Dan Maruelli. The linesman Brad Lazarowicz and Tim Nolan. The Avs in across the line. Set pretty well down. Oh, quick shot is stopped by Nabokov. Stewart might have blocked that partially as well. Reinfrecht behind the net for Colorado. Interesting power play unit for the Avs now. Cross for Blake. Didn't get the kind of lumber he would have liked on it. Nabokov made the save regardless, and it's cleared out by Stern.
No, you're right about that. Blake's a right-hand shot, and as he goes to the bench, he's really bending that right knee. But as he got that puck, you want that more to your back foot than you do your front foot, and that might have made it awkward on him trying to get his balance and getting the puck on net.
Tanguay made the pass, and it was across the blue line. They're offside. 38 seconds left in the penalty to Mateau. Our Stanley Cup summary brought to you by Bud Light. Check this out. Since '85, a team winning its previous series in 5 games has won 12 of 15 series when facing a team coming off a 7-game series. Interesting. Of course, San Jose able to win in 5. Colorado win in 1 and 7.
Well, let's go back to the minor penalty on Stefan Mateau, and I know the referee was in the far side, but Brian Muir is 6'4", and he made himself about 5'8". He knelt down into it, and I think at some point a player has got to be able to put his arm up to protect himself from a guy drilling him into the board. So it was one that was marginal at best.
Here's Drury, top of the circle now, holding and passing, and The pass got all the way through as Foot was sneaking in from the point position.
I like that last power play. Boy, did Colorado work the puck around real well. Real well. Got some good chances. Nabokov looks good early.
Skula trying to skip through, and it's poked back out to center. And the Avs look to regroup. Here's Drury. Will shoot in softly. That'll do it. Power play is over. Mateau is out of the box. On that power play, Colorado got a couple of shots, a couple of scoring chances. While away from Mateau. Centering feed, but DeVries is home for Colorado. Here's Yell on the far side. Leaves for DeVries. Centering feed from Messier, who is sandwiched down. Taken down by a couple of Sharks. And only now is he getting up. Centering feed, they score! Off a pretty feed in front. Welcome back, Rob Blake. And it's 1-0, Colorado.
Work down low. Rob Blake scores his 15th career in postseason action. But Stefan Yell made a good drop pass down the right side. Craig DeVries followed it up. Then they were able to keep the puck in deep. And Rob Blake's able to jump in from the point and snap off a quick one on his forehand, going high to the glove side. A quick play. Defenseman jumps in from the point, and it's hard to detect where he's coming from. Your winger's got to be aware of where that player is, but it happened real quick. Good shot by Blake.
And that's important for Colorado. They had not been scoring goals in the first period. They get it going here as we just approach the midway point. They've gone the previous 5 games without scoring a goal in the first period. Dating back to Game 3 against LA, but here they have a 1-0 lead. Ricci working on foot. Thornton in front of the net. Riku Hall. Hall able to make the steal. Out ahead for Heino. Got Larson with them. They'll just shoot in and go for a change. Suter looking to move it away. Wonder how good the San Jose defense is. Gary Suter, terrific veteran. He gets the least amount of ice time of their 6 defensemen. That's really saying something for San Jose.
Well, I think Daryl Sutter does an excellent job of distributing ice time to his D. One guy doesn't play 30 minutes on this team. The average of their top 4 is probably 22, 21.5 minutes, so they're fresh. You don't have one guy that's worn out at the end. At the same time, you have to give respect to guys like Blake and Pronger and Lidstrom that can handle the 32 or 33 minutes a game and still be fresh in the last minute.
Damphus could not handle the puck, and here's Sakic at center. Wrapped around the boards, and Sakic will go off. Forsberg on the forecheck, and he and Stewart collide. Stewart didn't give much of a try at getting the puck and went to Forsberg instead. He's the player still without the helmet. That floated towards the front of the net is knocked down. And the Sharks have some good speed. Here's Sturm onside. Backhander. And Waugh made the save.
I think what Brad Stewart was doing was the right thing. Peter Forsberg made it worse because he bent down. And while bending down, he took the brunt of the lower body of that hit.
Drury hit by Sturm at center ice. And Foot will regroup. And shoot it around, and shoots it around hard. Messier comes up on it. He is pounded into the boards by Rathje. Put Messier down again. Crowd wanting a call. Here's Rathje now. Back for DeVries. Had a shot, elected to hold on to it. Trying to work it in deeper, can't. Solani will just get the clear. Glove down nicely by Blake. And the Sharks don't have a chance to regroup. And Solani now will try it again. And he's much more successful this time.
What an impact already Rob Blake's had in this hockey game. And just looking at Bob Hartley's face before the game, he said it was a game-time decision, but then in the next breath, it was like, he's going to be out there, he's going to be playing a lot. You count on Rob Blake. And when you see that number 4 in front of you as a coach, you're going to put him out on the ice. He's been an impact player early on.
Here's Harvey. Back behind the net. He in foot battle. Muron Mateau. It's taken away. Riku Hall able to get it out and down the ice. And this will go for icing as Marchment is back for the touch. The goal is Blake, his first of the postseason from Yale and Keene at 8:54. A big welcome back to Rob Blake.
Whenever
The cars you can depend on. The cars that last.
You never had to look too far.
Chevy. We'll be there.
Always with you.
Greg, this one you gotta see.
Oh.
That's Leslie's first bath. Look at that little tushy.
That's her little tushy, all right. That cute little tushy that belongs to such an attractive, beautiful woman. Because it's grown up into something else. Nice, big, round tushy. You know, have you seen it? Have you seen it lately? You know. Is dinner coming soon, or is it?
Announcing Friends Fly Free from Southwest Airlines. Simply purchase a special discounted fare starting at $59 and a friend comes along for free.
You are now free to move about the country.
On the only goal of the game, wonderful puck support by Colorado on the right side. At the open part of the net is Mike Keane after Yell dropped the pass back to DeVries. But as they circle it down low, cycle it in deep here, the Avalanche very persistent. Stefan Yell behind the net. Pass goes out in front, and Rob Blake jumps in from the point. But it all begins with puck support on the strong side of the ice, and that's what DeVries did with Stefan Yell. Otherwise, Yell has no play because it's an even man situation.
That was a great shot by Blake.
Darn right it was. When you go against the grain like that on the weak side with a body that's not 100%, that's an excellent shot. That shows a lot of ability of Rob Blake.
Not much doing for Colorado, so they'll just make the safe play, go off the glass and out of the zone. And now something developed to center. Here's DeVries. Stewart got just enough of him to separate player from puck. And foot is back forth to Colorado. Finds DeVries. He's bumped there by Sundstrom. Eric Messier will backhand in. And Bakov tried to wrap it around the boards. Ragnarsson, cross ice pass, try to connect with Nolan. As he and Kasparaitis do battle. Here's Damphus, hits the brakes from the angle. The shot, right pad save, block. Not much of an angle to shoot at for Damphus.
Yeah, but a good shot nonetheless. I mean, you think back to game number 1 when Patrick Waugh gave up a short side goal to Teemu Selanne. He wasn't happy with it. You saw how square he was with that one. No room for Damphus.
Here's Blake leading the rush. Tricky drop pass for Hayduk, rips one wide. And Hayduk paid for that. He was sent flying as he released the puck.
Just got drilled. What a play by Blake to gain speed in the offensive zone and then drop it off. Hayduk had some pretty good jump in game number 1. He just missed that on the stick side.
Well, the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs rolls on next Saturday here on ABC Sports, beginning at 3 Eastern and noon Pacific. Game 5 of the series in Detroit or here in Colorado. Check your local listings for the game in your area. You can read John Davidson's observations of the Stanley Cup playoffs online at ESPN.com, keyword ABC Sports.
Damphus is a natural passer. Here he's waiting for somebody to get open. At the last minute, he has to shoot the puck, and there's Patrick Waugh, nice and square, not too far out, great positioning. Then at the other end of the ice, this is Hayduk's shot, right-hand shot, trying to go low to the stick side. Never a bad play, because I know it's a difficult save for a goaltender to make, but Nabokov gave him no room whatsoever.
Here's Selanne at center. Teemu Selanne on the move, trying to cut away from DeVries. Kept in by Hannon towards the front of the net, knocked down and sent to the corner. Wrapped around the boards. Reinprecht is there. Hannon got a glove up high on him, and it's cleared out to center ice. Selanne couldn't handle the ball, pass off the boards. Marlowe nearly got to it. Sturm on the far side, Ford checking on DeVries. And it's pinched free to center. That puck sent nearly right into the ads as they were changing. Well, it was dangerous. Many men on the ice possibility. Kasparaitis bumped pretty good by Bradley. Here's Riku Hall. Off for Larson. Kasparaitis in. Nearly off the back of Harvey and on goal.
Battle of energy lines right here, and we often talk about the Ricci matchup with Yell, but this could be an interesting matchup as well. Everyone capable of scoring goals.
Heino and Harvey get together. Crowd wanting a call. Kasparaitis kept the puck moving forward. Both go for changes. That allows the Sharks to slow things down. Here's Marchment, cross ice pass. Thornton couldn't get to it.
Yeah, and there's a call for too many men on the ice. With Rob Blake going to the bench for a line change and hit his skate.
Here's Ricci, one arm on the stick, the other one wrapped up by Kasparaitis. Skula finishes his man in a big way. That's Scott Thornton, back behind the net. Ricci trying to get away from Kasparaitis and does. Sundstrom, smart play to let it go to Thornton. He's chopped that by Skula. Sundstrom and Yell do battle along the wall.
Oh, great work
Good
down
cycling.
low.
Here's Ricci. Nearly put it off the defenseman in. Wall without a stick, but the Avs have the puck the other way. Trying to get something going is Keane. Ragnarsson ran him off. And the Sharks get back to it at center. And both clubs have settled in now nicely. 1-0 Colorado on the goal by Rob Blake.
And you saw that defensive play by Kasparaitis. He wasn't very good in game one. He was a -3 playing 23 minutes. There he got himself in much better position against a very tough line down low.
Here's Sakic for Tanguay. Tanguay wrap around. Didn't get the shot away. Finds DeVries, who will just pump it into the corner. Sakic leaves it there for Jesus now. Nolan couldn't take the pass away. Tanguay looks like he might be shaken up as he heads to the bench.
Yeah, he went into two players. He was double teamed by Nolan and by Adam Graves and went down awkwardly.
Sakic had a step, tried to beat Hannon, could not. The Sharks at center, off a body, and they're offside. The Colorado blue line. 3:16 left here in the first, and the Avs hanging on to that 1-0 lead.
Can I see some ID, please? Yeah, you're 21, just barely. That's yours, I guess.
Thanks.
Thank you.
This is Silverado Heavy Duty, with the most towing capacity of any heavy-duty pickup. Silverado Heavy Duty. More truck from Chevy.
Billy Gibbons, world-class car collector. Oh, he also dabbles in music. And he knows different players perform differently, like different engines. That's why he uses new, fine-tuned Quaker State higher mileage engine. It can help improve performance in older engines by restoring power.
Sure could use help changing my oil.
Ah, for the life of a rock star. For performance you can count on. Quaker State. Stay tuned.
Hey, Adam Foote, what's the story? Foote will tell you his story coming up on the Dodge Intermission Report. We'll get you back to John Saunders and John Davidson for all the latest, including the game this afternoon of the Red Wings winning both their home games as that series shipped back to St. Louis.
Interesting end to that hockey game. No quit in those St. Louis Blues. No quit.
Maybe a one-goal game. How about the contrast, though, from the first round to the second round? They lost their first two. Games against the Vancouver Canucks before straightening things out on the road in Vancouver. The Blues look to straighten things out when they get home to St. Louis, and something to build on, as you point out, late in Game 2 this afternoon. Here's Forsberg for Drury, lets the rocket go, and catches nothing with glass. Big collision behind the net. The two Czechs cancel each other out, and the Sharks get to the puck. 2.5 left here in the first. The Avs a 1-0 lead.
Hey, thanks. Drury looks hurt. He went into Patrick Marleau behind the net, braced himself for a hit. Very slow going to the bench. Very slow.
Drury, who is one of the clutch players in the NHL, scored the game-winning goal, not just in this past Game 7, the series against the Kings, but in last year's Game 7 against the Kings as well. Yell was taken out by Shooter right into the net as the net is knocked off. The whistle is blown. 1:59 left here in the first. Our Nivea League leaders from the Pepsi Center. This, of course, is up to the second. Steve Yzerman leading the way in playoff points. Went down to block a shot today. He was typical Steve Yzerman on one leg once again.
Forsberg, good opportunities, drive into the net, involved in 9 of Colorado's 20 goals. I did some quick math. I came up with 45%. This shot here after the drop pass to Drury, hit the stick of the defenseman, stick in the lane at all times. Here's the hit I'm talking about, Marleau and Drury. What a bit of contact that is behind the net. Drury doesn't back away from anybody. At 5'10", 185 pounds, he's strong and he's well balanced, but Patrick Marleau 6'2", 205, and he stung him. Wasn't sure if it was him trying to get his balance on his right knee or it was his shoulder.
Turnover. Here's Sturm trying to break through. Mateau did a pretty good job of taking it away. It was Bradley, I beg your pardon. Mateau's in front of the net, got a piece, and it's knocked away. Here's Sakic the other way. Got Tanguay with him. Tanguay cuts to the middle, lets it go, save Nabokov. And it's cleared to center.
Oh, that's a
rush by
that
Colorado.
is a great shot by Tanguay. When you change the angle like that, you take it from the left wing and you change it to the middle of the ice. Goaltender has to go shuffle, shuffle, and then get squared up in the middle. Good play by Tanguay, better save by Nabokov.
Tanguay from Waugh. There's Drury back on the ice. His pass to the breeze is a good one. He's got Ryan Preck with him. They're 2-on-2 and across the line. Good check thrown by Drury. He would appear to be okay, or as good as you can be this time of year. He's hitting the corner now. Final minute of play in period number 1. Forsberg's in deep now. On the backhand, shifts to the forehand. Little bit of a pick for Drury, lets it go! And Nabokov will hang on to that one with 50 seconds left in the period.
Boy, Forsberg's line's finding some life, boy. Finding some life after a not-so-good game number 1. Nabokov has been sharp, too. It's a 1-0 deficit, but he has really kept San Jose into it. Here's the play by Nabokov. 2 things to focus on. 1 is the whip of his stick that he generates. 2nd is his tongue. He got that sucker sticking out like Michael Jordan. What a shot going against the grain like that from our Southwest Airlines goal cam. When I talk about a goaltender shuffling and positioning, oh, here's Patrick Waugh on the one side, and then pushing himself out. But when you talk about Nabokov moving from one side to another, from the right post, shuffle, shuffle, and get yourself squared top of the crease, he made it look effortless.
Face off to the right of Nabokov. Yell takes the draw and wins it. Back for Kasparaitis, has Keith. All alone was Messier, and he partially fanned on it. Had time for a cup of coffee. Yell and Messier behind the net. Yell able to come away. It's a fierce battle going on in front of that net. Well away from the puck. Now the players separate. Keane and Ragnarsson. Far side, Stern will get to it. Somebody screaming heads up. And that's because Rob Blake is on the way. Good little communication by your teammate.
Darn right. You got to love the way Stefan Yell's line has rebounded after game 1. They've been terrific here in the first period.
Flipped in the air and knocked down. 8 seconds left. There's Sakic, who spun around. Penalty coming up. That was a bit too obvious, and Stewart's going to go with 4.4 seconds to play in the first.
San Jose, 2 minutes for holding.
Brad Stewart's had a physical first period. He's had a couple of real good hits. Kasparaitis slow going to the bench as well. A number of Avalanche players have been hit up hard. Tanguay had a stick in the midsection at one point. Drury got hit behind the net. And because Stewart doesn't have a stick, he's trying to cut off the angle of the very quick and explosive Joe Sakic. Without a stick, completely straight. Well, did Kasparaitis embellish that, or did that stick really go in the midsection like that? And so hard to tell from that area. A lot of times guys give you the nudge like that in the thigh, or maybe in the midsection. Stewart goes off for holding, and it was clearly a penalty and a good call by the official. Second power play of the game for Colorado, who went 1 for 6 in game 1.
Face-off coming up to the left of Nabokov. The Avs, they play it clean, they play it tough again. No penalties on that. Quick little shot. That would have counted, I think. Nabokov made the save as time expires. Just 14 face-offs in a fast period. Rob Blake, the only goal. We'll get you back to the ABC studios after this message. A word from our ABC stations.
This is Silverado Heavy Duty. Available with the Duramax diesel. The most powerful diesel you can get in a pickup. Silverado Heavy Duty. More truck from Chevy.
We don't know why boats are referred to like they're women. We just know this one is full featured. The 270 horsepower LX 2000 from Yamaha. She's calling your name.
Yeah, man. Summertime.
The Compact Classic of New Orleans. Final round tomorrow on ABC.
Sunday, starting 9/8 Central. The first of 2 episodes.
Get down!
The final 2 weeks to the biggest season finale of the year. A new alias. Then, 10/9 Central. An episode too shocking to miss. A new practice after a new alias. ABC Sunday, starting 9/8 Central.
Y'all ready for this?
Are you ready for the selection, the value, the excitement? It's Toyota's nationwide summer event with 18 models to choose from. More cars featuring Camry, a complete lineup of tough trucks, and all of your favorite SUVs. It's here, the all-new 2003 Matrix and the totally transformed 2003 Corolla with a dramatic new look.
Y'all ready for this?
Get the Toyota you've been wanting now. We're ready. Are you?
This will revolutionize your time, because now the best time to use your wireless plan is anytime. This is new Quest Wireless Anytime Minutes. No limits when you can call. Just an amazing 1,000 monthly minutes you can use anytime, any day. Plus these great features, all for only $39.99 a month. Call now and ask how you can save 10% off your wireless calling plan. This is the new way to save anytime. That is, anytime your hands are free. This is riding the light. Quest.
How do you define service? Putting you first? Meeting all your needs? Quick resolutions? At Key, we define it as all this and more. Our financial professionals share one common goal: to exceed your expectations with an unmatched level of service. Because Key is committed to making it easy for you to reach your goals. Key. Achieve anything.
Worried about how to pay your kids' college tuition? 7 News, Monday at 5.
This is the Dodge Stanley Cup Intermission Report. Here now, John Saunders and John Davidson.
Colorado leads San Jose 1-0. San Jose, of course, leads the series 1-0. I think that case in point in this instance, Colorado was a very tired team in game number 1 because of the 7-game series with LA.
Well, this first period was extremely physical. That's one thing I really did notice. And you'll see how much Colorado is skating better. You see them get chances on the rush, like right here. Tanguay cuts to the middle. Sakic drives to the net, takes 3 different Sharks with him. Nabokov had a very strong period. After he gave up the goal to Rob Blake, he really settled in and was really good. I thought Colorado gave it their best shot. San Jose, you think, yeah, they survived. They survived because they only are down by 1 goal, and Colorado played very well. And, you know, with Blake back in the lineup, it settles in their defense pairings. Kasparaitis and Skula as a pair were soft in game 1, had a tough night. But here, they're much sharper, physical, and playing a whole lot better.
So they're looking better in game number 2. Would St. Louis against Detroit this afternoon. The Red Wings got the shutout in game number 1. Dominik Hasek, big reason why he was big again early in this game. Although Johnson misplayed, he'd love to have this one back.
Oh, yeah, he missed the puck early in the game. And when you play a team like Detroit, it's very difficult to give up goals that are, you turn the soft variety. And Dominik Hasek's getting better. There he had help from Chris Chelios, who got his big size 12 on the shot by Dimitra. That saved one against the Detroit Red Wings.
And then Lidstrom to Hull. This is just a world-class pass.
A little pinball job by Brett Hull, and caromed off the legs of Brent Johnson, left leg, right leg, and then through the legs over the goal line. Brett Hull with a big goal. This was late. Goaltender pulled from 3-1 to 3-2. Blues are back in it. However, time ran out. The Blues didn't quit here. They were solid down the stretch, even though they lost. Their specialty teams have lost the battle in 2 straight games, and Dominik Hasek is being Dominik Hasek. And when Dominik Hasek is just that, he's dominating, and he was really good in this game.
Yeah, the 2 goals are late for the Blues. doesn't tell the entire story because he shut them down when he had to. Didn't see a lot of shots early in this game. So the Wings are up 2-0, and Colorado's hoping they're not down 2-0. Get things started a little early here, and a 1-0 lead over San Jose. Tenge gets robbed there, but it comes back.
Yeah, nice day.
Take a left.
Dodge Ram. The only truck with 4 full-size doors and a full-size bed. Plus, the handling of rack and pinion steering.
Man, I hope no one was behind us.
Grab Dodge's 7-100 powertrain pledge. Ford, GM, and Toyota don't match it.
Wind gusts of over 110 miles per hour. The storm reached land about 3 hours ago, and what? Where? Wait a minute. There's a person surfing a huge wave out there. Oh. A person was just... No, wait. Wait, he's come out. Yeah, he made it. Hey, it looks like he's all right. Oh. Oh.
Hey, man! Check this out. I got a bulb.
But this will last you 2 years. Guaranteed.
Cool.
Phillips, light bulbs that last. With new Ghost Snacks, you can go anywhere. Ghost Snacks are bite-sized Doritos, Cheetos, or Fritos in new containers. They're waterproof.
They fit in your backpack or locker.
Ghost Snacks go anywhere but hungry.
People who don't use 1-800-COLLECT make me mad. I pity fools who don't know it saves $1 or $2. 1-800-COLLECT always leaves a good impression. Use 1-800-COLLECT. Save $1 or $2.
I see dead people. Bruce Willis and Haley Joel Osment star.
They're everywhere.
The Sixth Sense. ABC tonight, 8/7 Central.
Your adrenaline is pumping, and your heart races at over 200 miles per hour. At that speed, you wouldn't even qualify.
The race for the pole begins. 6 former Indy 500 winners headline an outstanding field at the Indianapolis 500 time trials. Next Saturday at 1 Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific on ABC.
Welcome back to the Dodge Intermission Report. John Saunders and John Davidson. Colorado has a 1-0 lead. Today, Adam Foote is playing in career playoff game with the Avs, 125. That's a franchise record. Just a little bit of what you'll get to know about Adam Foote in my story.
Hi, I'm Adam Foote, defenseman for the Colorado Avalanche. Colorado Avalanche. I realize how hard that is to say, Colorado Avalanche. And this is my story.
Oh, did you ever crunch bread?
I remember my dad put my sisters and I into figure skating first. And then when I went to my first hockey practice, I jumped on the ice and I fell. I go to the coach, I can skate, I can skate. He goes, yeah, you can. He goes, just take off your skate guards. I guess I'm pretty serious on the ice, but I'm not too serious off the ice. I like to disturb, I guess. Every day you get killed in the locker room. Well, Matty, the trainer, cuts my socks all the time. He just cuts the toes out of them. And I said, no, not my socks. So he tied them in knots, which was worse, I think. I could barely get the knots out. What's your hobbies? And I remember putting vacuuming in there. And they wrote it in the program. So now people around town are asking me, you like vacuuming for real? I'm like, you kidding me? Growing up, I loved lacrosse. Primo and I grew up, we played on the same hockey team and lacrosse team together. We used to go watch Nieuwendyk and Roberts play junior lacrosse together. And Roberts, he brawled. Nieuwendyk was their goal scorer. He was fun to watch. Embarrassing moments? There's probably lots, but a lot that I can't talk about. Going into junior, we got initiated and they shave your head. And I had to go to high school in lacrosse with a mohawk for a week. You still don't comb my hair. You know everything now. You know too much.
Is there a career somewhere for a bald figure skater who likes to vacuum? This guy, a draft pick in '89 of Quebec.
Yeah, 1989, of course, Quebec moved to Colorado. You think of 3 things with him. Yes, he's a fabulous skater. For a big, tough defenseman, he's a good skater. He was drafted in '89, number 22 overall, but the 8th defenseman picked by far the best defenseman of those 8 that were picked. And the other thing is, 7 seasons ago, Patrick Waugh was traded to the Colorado Avalanche. From that time forward, when they travel on the road, they room together, Adam Foote and Patrick Waugh. And I think Adam Foote learned about winning, because that's the only thing on Patrick Waugh's mind when he plays the game is winning. So I really think that that's helped him even get better as a player as he's moved along with his career. Terrific player, terrific guy, and tough.
Yeah, learning from Patrick's not bad. That's why he's going after his 5th Stanley Cup for Patrick Waugh. This is the Dodge Intermission Report. Just 1 goal in this game. Blake sneaks in from the blue line. Did they miss him in game 1? I think so.
A brilliant detective.
Doesn't say in the report that he clipped her nail.
A brutal crime.
He washed her hair. He crossed the line, and he didn't even blink.
Once you look into the mind of this killer,
Killing changes you.
you'll never close your eyes again.
It took you 10 minutes to beat Kid Connell to death. You only know it because I told you.
Insomnia, rated R, starts Friday, May 24th.
Sorry, I got that receipt in here somewhere. Driver's license, bus transfer, $1 off fish sticks.
Actually?
Floss. Just in case. Movie stub, mint.
Actually, we keep everything right here, just in case.
Right. Just in case.
People lose stuff. That's why we can store purchase and warranty information automatically, so you won't have to search anymore. Circuit City, we're with you.
Floss. Who flosses anyway?
I floss.
I floss too.
You like simple better than complicated. You like quick better than slow. And you like peace of mind. So use SpeedPass to pay at Exxon and Mobil. Because if it's lost or stolen, you won't pay for unauthorized purchases. Security is guaranteed. You like there better than here. How do we know? We're drivers too.
Now there's a better way to soothe your skin after shaving. Nivea for Men Aftershave Balm has advanced moisturizers and vitamins to soothe and improve your skin. Nivea for Men, or Evolve Skincare.
Sunday, starting 9/8 Central, the first of 2 episodes.
Get down!
The final 2 weeks to the biggest season finale of the year. A new alias. Then, 10/9 Central. An episode too shocking to miss. A new practice after a new alias. ABC Sunday, starting 9/8 Central.
Tuesday, let ABC take you back. First at 8/7 Central, after 20 years, Laverne and Shirley are together again. It's a reunion of the whole cast. Then at 9/8 Central, we loved them then. Where are they now?
That's a very long conversation.
And only ABC and E have it. Favorite stars then and now, right after Laverne and Shirley together again. Tuesday at 8/7 Central on ABC.
Hey, that's pie sticking!
It's crunch time in the NHL. After a hard-fought season, the top teams battle for the most coveted trophy in all of sports, the Stanley Cup. The Stanley Cup Playoffs next Saturday at 3 Eastern on ABC.
Oh, I love hockey season. Me too.
Live from the Pepsi Center in Denver, Colorado, it's the NHL on ABC. The Dodge Intermission Report rolls on. After 20 minutes here, it's 1-0. Rob Blake got the goal in his return to the Colorado lineup. Got some help from Teemu Selanne as well. The second period from Denver is on the way.
This has been the Dodge Intermission Report, brought to you by Dodge. You can take life as it comes, or you can grab life by the horns. Dodge. The Stanley Cup Playoffs on ABC will continue after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
Hi, Rob.
Oh, hey, Miss Larson.
Nice caravan.
Thanks.
I used to have a van.
I can't believe my dad let you drive the Viper.
Yeah, what got into him?
Dodge Caravan, offering a power sliding door, a power rear hatch, and the kind of room you'll really dig. Grab Dodge's 7/100 powertrain pledge. Ford, GM, Toyota, and Honda don't match it.
It's not for sale.
No.
Some things are just too good to let go of. That's why there's Valvoline Max Life, the first motor oil formulated for higher mileage engines. Max Life conditions use seals to help prevent leaks and helps you hold on to your car for a long, long time.
Don't even think about it.
Valvoline Max Life.
This Tuesday at 10/9 Central.
What the hell's going on?
Something happens with Andy Sipowicz that's so powerful, so dramatic, it makes for one of the best episodes of NYPD Blue in years. If you can catch your breath, watch.
Back off! I'm not gonna say it again.
New NYPD Blue, ABC this Tuesday. Viewer discretion advised.
52 weeks of groundbreaking originals every Sunday. Huge Hollywood hits every day. The HBO Max Pack is the ultimate entertainment choice available on digital cable from AT&T Broadband. Get HBO for award-winning and acclaimed originals, and Cinemax for exclusive big Hollywood premieres. Get multiple channels of HBO and Cinemax when you order AT&T Digital Cable and the HBO Max Pack. Get the AT&T Digital Silver Package with HBO and your installation is only $9.95. Plus get Cinemax as a bonus until September.
Grab life during the National Minivan Sales Event. Whether you're a planter, a painter, or a parent, there's never been a better time to buy a Caravan. Because now you can get 7 years or 100,000 miles of engine and transmission protection. Something you don't get from Ford, GM, Honda, or Toyota. Plus, get a $2,500 cash allowance or 0% financing and make no payments for 90 days. Don't miss your chance to drive America's best-selling minivan during the National Minivan Sales Event.
Worried about how to pay your kids' college tuition? 7 News, Monday at 5.
The Stanley Cup Playoffs on ABC, brought to you by Dodge. You can take life as it comes, or you can grab life by the horns. Dodge. MasterCard. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. And Smirnoff Ice, intelligent nightlife.
Back in Denver at the Pepsi Center, just about set for the start of period number 2. Steve Levy alongside Darren Pang. Thoughts from Joe Micheletti in a bit. And at least for 20 minutes, all is right in Avalanche Nation. Rob Blake back in the lineup. He scores the goal. They have a 1-0 lead.
And scoring the first goal of the game really important as well. But I think for Rob Blake, playing 8 minutes and 46 seconds, he's on pace for 27. And Rob Blake has been an impact player already. You've got to admire the great players in this game and how they play injured. We got a penalty right off the hop here. It's a high sticking call by Denny LaRue, the veteran referee. Chris Drury goes off. Drury was hit hard in that first period behind the net by Patrick Marleau. But to begin the second period now, Bob Hartley's squad is facing a deficit. Colorado, at this particular point, until Stewart comes out of the penalty box anyway, it'll be 4-on-4 hockey. Then when Stewart comes out, there's the high stick, and right off the face-off, Drury's down on his knees, might have slid around there with the fresh ice, lost his balance, and when he went to stick check Ricci, the stick comes up high, and the referee makes the call.
Stewart took a holding penalty at 19:55 of the first. Now it's Drury for high sticking at 5 seconds of the second. It's a little lengthy 4-on-4 activity here in Denver to open up period number 2. Blake swept the loose stick out of the way. And here come the Sharks. 3-on-2 and across the line. Drop pass. And the shot is deflected out of play. Suter let it go. And it's into the crowd.
Well, keeping with Rob Blake and his impact in this game after not playing game 1. When we watched him in warm-up, he was gingerly skating around in warm-up. Wasn't exploding out of turns very much. And you know that physical play is going to come to a Rob Blake. But on this goal here, Mike Keane does some good work down low. Now, Stefan Yell comes in on a 1-on-2. And I thought it looked awkward. It was actually the backhander of, right here, of Teemu Selanne, right there. As you see that he just backhands it, trying to get position. It goes right on the tape. I mean, I'm sure he was just aghast at the thought that that went right on the tape with the right hand of Rob Blake pinching in. Now, Rob Blake's thinking, what a pass by Yell. He's probably saying, great pass, great pass.
Yes, so to this point, they haven't taken the assists away from Yell and Keane. As Wass sweeps it away. Turned over to Sturm. Again, we're 4-on-4 as the Avs move it away to center. In across the San Jose line, DeVries. Reinprecht is checked. And has moved ahead. Marleau, nice pass. Tape the tape for Sturm. He's got a step. Backhand, forehand save by Waugh. And the rebound by Marleau is pumped wide.
Man, what speed by this line. Sturm can really fly. In the first period, Patrick Marleau went end-to-end, and although he didn't get a shot, they can really back off the defenseman and create lots of room for everybody else.
Forsberg stood up. What a move by Reinprecht. Still got it, now loses. Good effort by Reinprecht. The setup from Forsberg. Here's Danfus. Little drop pass. Pretty good cut to the middle. And a better poke check by Rob Blake. And Blake is leading the attack. 2-on-1. 3-on-1. Got Sakic and Tanguay. The return, and they score! Rob Blake back in a big way. He's got both goals. And Colorado leads 2-0.
It doesn't get any better than this. What a play by Tanguay after Rob Blake fed him the puck. A 2-on-1 break. Blake fakes the shot. He has two options. He goes to Tanguay. Tanguay gives it back to the right-hand shot. Suter's watching. He doesn't want to overcommit. He does all he can. It's a 3-on-1 break. And what a setup by Tanguay. Here comes Blake. Plenty of speed. Gets himself in good position. Stick on the ice. Oh, my goodness. His skates were beyond the goal line, too. A very severe angle, but the right-handed Blake notched his second goal of the game. What an impact he's had.
Reading my mind, Panger, and that's scary. I was going to say impact player. Returns to the lineup today, scores both goals, and the Avs the 2-0 lead. Here come the Avalanche in center now. Sakic away from a couple of jets. Blake picks up the loose puck at the red line. Cool and calm, softly to Haydu, who drops it back. And here's Kasparaitis, long shot. That's a good idea. Get one on to Bakov, a long shot. He's steered to the side. Drury will come out of the box now. And it's whistled down, touched with a high stick. 17:50 left here in the second. And we're in a 2-0 game and back to 5-a-side.
Well, you know, you think about that last goal because the San Jose Sharks had the puck down the right side. And there's the poke check right here. The great play right here by Blake. He pokes the puck away from Nolan. Nolan falls, so he's trapped. Danfus is deep. He's trapped. Now here's the 3-on-1. Fake the shot, pass it over. I thought the first pass was going to be intended for Sakic. Instead, Tanguay was right on the mark. And Tanguay made a crisp decision, putting it right back to Rob Blake. I mean, you think about it. If Blake skates beyond the goal line or his stick's not on the ice and they nullify that glorious scoring chance, Tanguay would be criticized. But he made a perfect pass right back to Blake.
Hannon, floater, steered aside by Wow off the good face-off win by the Sharks. Here's Thornton. Had the stick between his legs, and the stick belongs to Adam Foote. Foote out for Keane. Hannon will get to it for the Sharks. Right back the other way. That last Blake goal is his second of the playoffs, second of the game. Tanguay the lone assist at 1:38 of period number 2. And a penalty coming up. Ricci involved in some contact behind the net, and Ricci's on the wrong end of this call.
18 San Jose, minor penalty, interference with the goaltender.
When Patrick Waugh stopped the puck, Ricci's looking for avenues here. And I can tell you, he wasn't intending to hit him based on the fact he's got to go one way. He's trying to cut into the inside. His hip hits Patrick Waugh. Goaltender's off balance. And Mike Ricci, his only option was to stop. But you know what? You lose momentum that way. So there are so many situations where this is so inadvertent. The call gets made. Sometimes it gets made for you, and sometimes it's against you. Right now, it's for the Colorado Avalanche, and they have a golden opportunity to put the Sharks into a 3-0 hole.
Ricci, goaltending interference, 2:42. The Avs' third power play in the game. They're 0 for 2, and here they come. What a move by Forsberg. Ragnarsson came over at the last second and cut him off. Now away from Stewart. Drury to the front of the net. Sakic at one point. Blake now goes in a high slot. Here's Forsberg trying to feather it through to Blake, who is covered by Danfus. Blake couldn't handle that feed. Tough pass there from Tanguay. Sent down into the Avs end and Sakic away from Mateau. That turns it over to Sundstrom. Finds Mateau. Sharks short-handed. Shot from the angle through Blake's legs, but not through Patrick Roy's legs. Another turnover. That pass just behind Sundstrom from Mateau. What a job by Mateau and Sundstrom trying to kill this penalty off. The Avs come back. Hayden rubbed out in a big way by Rafchi. Trying to go back to the point. Mateau is there. Got enough of it to clear. And Sundstrom sends it all the way down, and they'll get a change.
Now, that shot by Mateau, that's a good play by the veteran because it went through the defenseman's leg, and Patrick Roy might have been caught a little off guard. Looked like his stick was up in the air, but he got a pad on it.
Nolan, Hannon deep behind their own net. Reinprecht down to the ice. Hayduk had his stick held by Rafchi, and that allows Graves to come away with it. Off of Nolan's stick and inside the zone. Foot got enough of him to slow him down. Owen Nolan remains without a goal in these Stanley Cup playoffs. This being the 7th game of the playoffs for San Jose.
How do you like that? Solani and Nolan don't score a goal in the Phoenix series and they win.
Big 5.
They win 4
in a row after losing the first game.
They've come together, though, as a team. They get it from all directions right now. But the impact players have to make a difference in certain games.
Tip shot. Stopped by Nabokov. Loose puck. Still loose. Scramble for it. They try to push it into Nabokov, and only now does he cover it up. Wild scramble. And Drury finds himself trying to pick himself up off the ice after he and Stewart were involved. Next Saturday, ABC brings you the Indianapolis 500 time trial. Defending champ Elio Castroneves and points leader Sam Hornish Jr. lead the charge to the pole. The greatest spectacle in racing. Coverage begins 1 Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific here on ABC.
Well, after that play, Nabokov was on the ice and he was looking at Patrick Marleau. Marlowe's doing a good job defensively, but he kept taking the puck away from the goalie. Goalie wanted it. Look at Marlowe's trying to take it one way. Nabokov wants to take it the other way. And you see his eyes. He looked at it like, I want that thing. We got to slow things down here a little bit. Good save there. Rebound. What a job by Sakic, eluding the check defensively. And some pretty good battles out in front of that net as well.
Off the draw. Sharks able to get to it. Nothing doing on that last power play. And later, here's Hall on the backhander. Stuff on Nabokov who looked behind him. And the puck out of play and into the crowd. Riku Hall, a pretty good effort.
Riku Hall's been good in this game, but the San Jose Sharks guilty of turnovers in their own zone. They had plenty of area to go to. Instead, Gary Suter goes towards the middle of the ice, intercepted, and a good play by Riku Hall after Danny Highnote made a nice play to intercept the puck at the blue line.
There you see the Avalanche, what they've done when they have been blown out of games previous to playoff games. They have come back in big ways. And they have the 2-0 lead here, following form. And they've given up 5 goals or more in a playoff loss. Sharks get to it. And Colorado simply doesn't give the opponent a chance on the power play. Took the 3rd fewest amount of penalties during the regular season, penalty minutes. The fewest penalty minutes so far in this postseason.
And that's why Daryl Sutter doesn't dress his offensive-minded young defenseman, Jeff Gilson, for power play time. They're not getting power play time.
Here's Highnote taking a look. Shot from the angle. Nabokov the save. And he'll hang on. We'll check in with John Saunders back in our ABC studios.
With John Davidson, you know, the writers were very cruel to Curtis Joseph after game number 1, but he looks good early.
2-on-1. Alfredson feeds White. Cujo comes up with a huge save. And another miracle so far. It's only 3 minutes old, but Toronto hasn't taken a penalty yet.
This one is scored. We'll let you know when they do, guys.
Yeah, boy, were they undisciplined in game 1.
Ottawa had 12 power plays. It was 12-1, the power plays.
Half a hockey game short-handed. You can't win. You can't win at this level that way.
And rightfully so, by the way. I didn't think they got a bad shake from the officials. I think they deserved just about every single one of those penalties.
Ottawa's a good team, boy. Talking to a lot of coaches here, talking to Daryl Sutter, who knows Jacques Martin very well. He said Ottawa, he thinks, is the best team in that East right now.
Drury nearly tipped that one home. Had the stick on the ice. Couldn't make contact with it. And the Sharks get to it with Rafty slowing things down. Out ahead for Sturm. He's 1-on-3 and needed some help. He's bumped by Forsberg. Now gets some help in the form of Marlowe after the whistle, though. And let's see, looks like a penalty is coming up. And it is to Colorado, I believe.
Go on now. 28, Colorado, 2 minutes, obstruction holding.
And there you have it. Just the facts. 13:42 to go here in the second. Rob Blake's got a pair. The Avs lead 2-0.
Dodge Durango. It not only hauls almost 4 tons, it's the only SUV with a V8 for around 23 grand.
Oh, great. Stuck behind another one of these.
Grab Dodge's 7/100 powertrain pledge. Ford, GM, Toyota, and Honda don't match it.
Okay.
Small business software, $500.
It's coming up.
Small business seminar, $300. Small business supplies, $90. Leaving work early to use your reward points, priceless. Now small business owners can earn reward points to use more places than ever before. Call 866-444-BONUS for details. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard.
Smirnoff Ice Premium Malt Beverage, reminding you that if you're gonna drink, do whatever it takes to act responsibly.
Welcome back to Denver, and you're looking at a San Jose Sharks power play, their second of the game. Shot through traffic, never made it on goal. Ragnarsson is in deep now. Back for Stewart. For Ragnarsson. They go backdoor on the far side. Marlowe will regroup. Stewart. For Ragnarsson now. Finds Stewart. Now the shot comes, and again, missed the mark on the far side. Looked like it was tipped wide. Ricci was all alone in front, couldn't get it to him. Reinprecht is in the box for holding at 6:18. Just we were talking about how Colorado doesn't give up power play chances. They get a short-handed chance.
Oh, man, Volkov is lucky that he's okay. He went hard into the boards. Yale might have been tripped up, and that might be the reason why there was no call.
Here's Stewart in deep now. That shot is blocked by the sliding Messier. Let's send it to Joe Micheletti. He's with the GM of the Sharks, Dean Lombardi.
Okay, thanks very much, Steve. Dean, you're the architect of this team. 6 consecutive years your team has improved in the regular season. Why is this team better as a playoff team this year?
Well, I think some of our younger players have gained playoff experience over the last 3 or 4 years. And each year we've made an addition of guys like Graves and Damphousse and Harvey that are character guys that are, you consider playoff players. So, and also I think our goaltending has obviously emerged. So hopefully it can all come together for us.
Yeah, part of this team is you built with a lot of young players, Patrick Marleau being one of those, playing now since he's 18 years of age. Did you ever lose patience at time and try and get more playoff experience earlier?
No, I think we had a plan, and it was, obviously you can get frustrated at times, but, we have a good group on and off the ice, and, you believe in them and you get them in the right roles, and hopefully they'll come through for you.
We appreciate your time. Good luck.
Thanks, Joe.
All right, Joe Solani had the shot. Waugh knocked it away. Kept it at the point. Suter tried for Solani's tip. Couldn't get to it. Rafty's in deep. Here's Nolan on the far side. Missed the mark. And it's cleared down the ice by Colorado. 28 seconds left on the penalty to Reinprecht.
It's just off for San Jose around that net. And they knew it was going to be tough from this one. They knew they got a couple of gift goals in game number 1. But today, it's just a little bit off.
Sliding block by Keane. Nolan, one-timer. That, too, is blocked that time by Foot. And it's cleared down the ice. 7 seconds left on the penalty.
And Solani had a good chance in low, trying to make a play to the weak side. And he ended up getting a feeble shot on goal.
Reinprecht out of the penalty box for Drury. And that's a terrific pass all the way around the boards to Forsberg. They're set up pretty well here. Here's DeVries now in deep. He's cut off by Sturm. Finds Reinfrecht. He's checked by Nhl. Here's Forsberg. Backhander. He scores! Peter Forsberg! And it's a 3-0 Colorado lead.
Forsberg, and this was nifty. He has shown some great creativity in this game. Shifty moves one-on-one. None better than this play behind the net, though. Reinfrecht did some work after coming out of the box. Forsberg plays it off the net, and the San Jose Sharks got mesmerized with one side. First, Forsberg keeps the puck in deep. Now he goes behind the net. Reinfrecht's going to chip it over to him. He plays it off the net for some reason right here. Oh, giving the goalie the impression that he was coming over to the one side. Everybody double hitches on this left side, and just that one hesitation on the left by both Rathje and Nabokov, and Peter the Slit puts it by him on the short side.
Turnover, Sundstrom quick shot, and just like that, the Avs were nearly back in the, rather the Sharks were nearly back in the game, but Waugh made the save as we send it back to John and John.
Well, guys, Toronto has something, and it is not a penalty. For the first time in this series, they find themselves on the board. Domi does some work. Pilash to Travis Green.
Yeah, Pilash move around. Travis Green wide open. Domi really took everybody out in front of the net. Look in front of the net. Ty Domi goes in. He ties people up. Travis Green all alone. The first goal by Toronto in the series, and Cujo's been hot in goal.
There's about 14 minutes left in the period.
Posted on that. We'll keep you posted on the Forsberg goal, his third of the playoffs from Reinfrecht and DeVries, who continues to pile up the points. 8:36 the time of that Forsberg goal, and it's a 3-0 Colorado lead.
Yeah, DeVries has 7 points now, 2 goals and 5 assists for 7 points. He has been terrific.
On the far side, Marchment trying to keep in. Thornton comes over to bang the body. Graves the hit, but that leaves Blake thinking about a hat trick. And a save by Nabokov.
That's a big save by Nabokov, too. After giving up a goal to Peter Forsberg, both Nabokov and Rathje go the wrong way. You want to stop the bleeding. The next one goes in, and there's question as to how long you stay in this net. That's a solid save on a hard shot.
Here's Keane, moving it ahead. Yell is checked up high by Hannon. Yell gets up, and let's see, whistle. And I think a penalty's coming up. High sticking call. I think Hannon got caught. We'll see.
Number 13, San Jose, high sticking. Go, I can't.
Make it Harvey got caught.
Fourth power play of the game for Colorado. And down 3-0 in this game. It's unraveling a little bit here for San Jose. High sticking minor penalty midway through the second period. Bob Hartley comes back. Blake on the left point, Joe Sakic on the right. So you got 2 one-time options there at the point. And they are 0 for 3 so far today. 5 shots on goal.
Puck out of play and into the crowd.
Forsberg shifted. Forsberg just one of these guys, and early on in this game, he made a move. Made a move on Ragnarsson. Looked like he was going to the inside and then went to the outside. And just a little shake and bake. But DeVries has been really active in jumping up into the play. He doesn't lead a rush. He just supports a play. And over to Reinfrecht, who protects it. And when Peter Forsberg looked like he was going on his backhand, on his forehand there, it's because he went on his backhand and played off the net. And that's what fooled the Sharks defenders right there, including the goaltender.
Drury cuts to the middle, now pass it back to the point. And Blake could not keep in. Power play for Colorado, already up 3-0 now. Rob Blake's got a pair. Forsberg's got the other. And the superstars for Colorado are on display this afternoon here in Denver. Speaking of which, there's Sakic. Drury. They look to set it up along the wall. Forsberg, little play catch there. Tanguay's in front of the net. Try to go backdoor and hit the outside of the pipe. You can probably hear that in your living room. Forsberg for Sakic. Shot! They'll say no goal off the crossbar. And a penalty coming up. Delayed call. Blake got the shot away. Nabokov the save. And I think a cross-checking penalty coming up. And the Sharks are going to be down 2 men for 55 seconds. And you're right, Panger, this one's getting away from them.
Yeah, it is. There were 2 guys in front. I'm pretty sure this is on Brad Stewart in front of the net. But Rob Blake...
Number 7, San Jose, 2 minutes for cross-checking.
And we'll have to take a look at this, too. That sound off the post was really odd, wasn't it? I mean, it was an odd-sounding, hollow sound. And, you know, that went in the net. That shot on the short side went in the net. Stick side, it looked like it rolled, hit the post, hit the middle of the net, and then came out the other side. I'm not sure if Colorado is going to be asking for a replay here. Before you drop the puck, it has to be reviewable. And don't forget, they can be calling down from upstairs. Drury made a reaction. Drury's hands are up. Now, here we see a better look on the right side, the post. It goes through Stewart. The goalie doesn't see it whatsoever. Hits the post, hits the middle of the net, hits the camera.
Absolutely.
And then it goes out. And that's why Drury looked around dumbfounded, like, that's a goal. Keep your eye in the middle of the net, because it happens fast. There it is. And it clearly goes into the net.
The Avs are trying to stall here, yep. Absolutely.
Well, they are, because look at Eric Lacroix, their video guy. Eric Lacroix, the former player.
On the bench.
He's on the bench. He's on the bench. There he is. He's on the bench yelling. He's their video guy, former NHL player, the son of the general manager, Pierre.
I mean, this is a time when you even take a timeout if you have to buy more time for the video goal judge upstairs to call downstairs. Stall, do whatever you have to do.
I think one of the players ran into the locker room to let him know. I think that's what happened. He ran into the locker room to say, you know, did it go in or did it not go in? And I mean, when it first happened, it was such a hollow thud. I mean, it's so hard to detect that. I can understand the officials. There's no way for them to understand it or to see it. But clearly here, you do see it go in the net. I mean, that's just a fact of the matter. Hits the post, hits the goal cam. It's going to hit our camera right here. And then it's going to go out of the net. I mean, there's no way that puck doesn't go in the net. That puck went in the net. Unfortunately for Nabokov. Nabokov didn't even see it because Stewart was in no man's land right in between the two, completely screening the goaltender. I'm going to listen in here. This is the sound I was telling you about. Wait. It's coming. Look at Rob Blake in front of the net. 2 guys all over him. Sound didn't sound right to me right off the bat. Just didn't sound right. It's kind of a hollow sound that you get.
Video goal judge here is Bill Boyce and Gary Pedigo. And if we get this right, it's going to count. And it'll be a 4-0 Colorado lead.
You know, this is where, you know, video review, instant replay, it tells a story.
There's the call.
And it's, you know, the fans are probably, you know, it becomes a little bit of a surprise. And sometimes it's a disappointing response, and sometimes it's what it is right now, which is a 4-0 lead. And I know that, you know, the San Jose Sharks have the capabilities of seeing it as well, and the players do as well. But Rob Blake is the main factor in this here, though. I mean, Rob Blake was in front of that net taking a pounding. Brad Stewart took a minor penalty on the cross-check there. And that penalty still stands, though. Stewart still goes to the penalty box because it was still a minor penalty. And you'd think that maybe they'd go back on the time. They'll go back on the time, but he still gets the minor. And so a double blow for the San Jose Sharks. Not only is the goal against, but the penalty remains as well.
I think the Sharks are arguing that, you know, Colorado should be charged with something. Delay a game penalty. How come they didn't drop the puck? Interesting, Ben Bova, who's here with us in the booth, said it was Blake who was parked in front of the net. He's the one that ran into the locker room to get the message, maybe from Eric Lacroix.
Well, it was funny, the reaction of Drury.
Blake would know, he was there too.
And Drury was looking at it. He kind of had that dumbfounded look like, that's a goal. And the key here is the Stewart penalty, too. And I think there's discussion about that. But he does stay in the box for a minor penalty, even though it happens after the goal.
Monday, there's more great Stanley Cup playoff action for you. ESPN has a double dip for you beginning at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. In game one, of course, Ottawa was able to hammer Toronto. Might be a different story tonight. Game 3 on Monday night from Toronto. Game 3 of this series from San Jose. Both games are full national exclusive broadcasts. For more, log on to ESPN.com. 4-0. Bottom line, 4-0 in this one for Colorado.
Stewart remains in the penalty box. Bob Hartley called the timeout. As Lacroix, there you go. He's getting the official's attention as Eric's going to lose his balance and fall onto the ice. Post, net, and out. With no doubt whatsoever. Goal to make it 4-0. And again, you go back to it. How healthy is Rob Blake? He's sitting there in front of the net, taking a couple of cross checks. Cross-check in the back. That's where Brad Stewart ended up going to the penalty box for. And Daryl Sutter wants an explanation here. We got Dan Maruelli on one side, and we've got Denny LaRue on the other side. Is he talking about dropping the puck? Is that what it is?
Or how come they didn't drop the puck sooner?
That's what I mean.
Let's send you back to John and John, guys, in our ABC studios.
Guys, first thing we should tell you is that Cujo has been tremendous in this game thus far, and the Leafs take a 2-0 lead. Darcy Tucker with the goal.
Mogilny does the work. Tucker finishes the play. Mogilny really works Salo. Top shelf shot by Tucker.
2-0 Toronto. Well, you knew the Leafs would be a totally different team, and you knew the Avalanche would be a totally different team, and both of those things are ringing true.
You know, one of the things San Jose might have been looking for was a delay of game penalty. You know, with you got a video coach, you know, Eric Lacroix on the bench, standing up on the bench. I think Daryl Sutter's looking for a little control here, don't you think?
Stewart gets a 2-minute penalty, and it is a power play for Colorado. Sort of adding insult to injury.
Right. Cross check.
Here's Damphrews now. He's spun around by Drury. And the shot gloved by Watt. He'll hang on as this game is brought back to order. 9:18 left here in the second period. The Avalanche leading 4-0 and on the power play.
Well, San Jose does. They have to calm things down with a 4-0 deficit. We saw the way the Colorado Avalanche came back in game number 1. And if not for the long shot by Patrick Marleau, the Avalanche had actually gained a little momentum, but Marleau scored to make it 4-2. After DeVries made it 3-2. And San Jose had the lead. Momentum's a funny thing, but the fact of the matter is you get caught up in all these things. There's a bottom line here. One of them was a shot from the point and went in the net. So after a long delay and a large delay, it is a goal. But now you got to reboot. You got to play hockey here. And San Jose's got to get back and get some momentum back of their own.
So it's interesting, the penalty comes at the exact same time as the goal at 10:19. Sakic is fourth. A power play goal from Drury and Forsberg. Stewart, the cross check at 10:19. Fifth power play of the afternoon for Colorado. On the far side, Rafty off of Ricci's skate. They're offside. Sundstrom was still in the zone.
Well, Ricci's line was awfully good in game 1, but obviously the San Jose Sharks, again, power plays going Colorado's way. San Jose's had a couple of power plays. They were 0 for 2 in game 1. At 5-on-5, it looked like it was a good start for Ricci's line here as he talks to assistant coach Rich Preston. But as it's been going, momentum completely changing. Big players on Colorado coming up big. Rob Blake's had a monster game so far with 2 goals. Peter Forsberg scored the other one.
Center now, the Avs moving away. Here's Drury. That long shot pounds in off the glass. Kick free. Drury can't get to it. Nolan does. And they'll backhand down. The goal for Sakic is the 60th of his career in Stanley Cup playoff action. That's 7th among all active players. Messier, Hall, Claude Lemieux, Mario Lemieux, Yager, and Eisenman are all there ahead of him. Pretty good company. Here's DeVries' shot, stopped by Nabokov. 22 seconds left on the Stewart penalty. And it's offside. This day started the big news about Rob Blake. Not only does he return from injury, he scored 2 goals. Wayne Gretzky knew early on Rob Blake was something special. His hard-hitting play was a fixture in Los Angeles for almost a dozen seasons before his trade to the Rocky Mountains last spring. His two-way play was vital in the Avs' title quest, and he was rewarded by becoming a Stanley Cup champion for the first time. In case you're wondering about it, with Blake's 2 goals, he's never had a playoff hat trick.
Icy call. That'll face off a goal all the way back to the right of Patrick Waugh. Still a power play. And Rob Blake is not on the bench for the Colorado Avalanche.
We told you after the questionable goal that he had gone to the dressing room. He was right in front of the net, so he would know as well as anyone if, in fact, that went in. And Blake has yet to return. Maybe with some of the pounding he took in front of that.
I was going to say, I mean, he got hammered in front of that. He got cross-checked 2 or 3 times real hard. And with how sensitive he was coming into this game and the question marks involving his injury, I mean, you have to wonder how much of a blow that is. And the next part is it's a 4-0 lead. It's a 4-0 lead.
Great point.
I don't know if the thought process of Bob Hartley is saying, you know what? I mean, you got to give respect to the San Jose Sharks. You're not just going to pack them in for the afternoon, but at the same time, if it's something that's severely hampering him, the best thing is to take him out to make sure it's not any worse for game number 3 in San Jose.
Let's just say, yeah, get the gear off. We'll see you on Monday night.
Yeah, possibility.
Pretty good hit there. Kasparaitis went out of his way for the big hit on Marlowe. And I would think that would be a mistake, trying to protect the 4-0 lead, going out of your way for a big hit. They want to give the other team a spark.
And that's been Kasparaitis' reputation. He had 11 hits in the last game.
Turnover. Here's Sakic. Backhand shot. Stopped by Nabokov. Joe Sakic's goal-scoring slump is history. I told you he'd gone 6 games without a goal in the playoffs. Here's Skula settling things down. Back to Sakic now. Here's Hayduk, rolled off his stick. Suter gets to it. Graves off the boards, finds Solani. Solani, cross for Suter. Quick shot, saved by Waugh. DeVries cut off Solani so he couldn't get to the rebound. And this will go for icing. 6:33 to go here in the second. Bob Hartley's Colorado Avalanche bouncing back in a big way. They lead San Jose 4-0.
If there's lots of places that you would like to see, fly Southwest Airlines, because friends fly free.
For romance.
Give it a chance.
Fly so you can dance.
Fly so you can cry.
Fly, cause it's America.
From sea to shining sea!
And if you fly Southwest Airlines,
Your friend flies free.
Announcing Friends Fly Free from Southwest Airlines. Simply purchase a special discounted fare starting at $59 and a friend comes along for free.
You are now free to move about the country.
Ice premium malt beverage. Drink responsibly.
Honey, they got any kumquats? I love kumquats.
I don't know what kumquats look like. They got some great looking tomatoes. Do we need tomatoes?
No, I just got tomatoes.
They got kiwis. They got some red things here.
Hey, aren't you that guy?
No, sorry, I'm not him. What about bananas?
Come on, I know you.
I get that all the time. I'm sorry.
You're on television. In commercials.
Hey, pal, I don't do commercials.
I'm sorry.
What do you say, hon? Is 5 bananas too many? They get brown, you know.
The NHL on ABC, returning to the Pepsi Center in Denver. The Avs have played consecutive games in front of a home sellout crowd. Back at the old McNichols and here at the Pepsi Center. Here's a chance. Graves wired one wide of the net. On the short side, Nolan is checked into the net. In fact, a couple of shots. He and Damphus both wound up in the net. It's a 2-on-1. Here's Hayduk. Actually, the shot, DeVries had Hayduk with him, and DeVries scores. And it's 5-0 Colorado.
DeVries having a heck of a game. Good shot high to the glove side. In game one, he beat Nabokov off that same angle to the stick side. Here he's looking past. You mentioned Hayduk's there. He's looking, and then he goes up high. What a shot and what a decision by Greg DeVries, who jumps up into the play as aggressively as anyone on this blue line. Two options: pass it early or hang on to it and let her fly. Good shot up on, under the crossbar, over the glove side. Maybe Nabokov's thinking in the last game about the stick side on the short side, but it was a different situation. It's hard to beat Nabokov up there. He's got a great glove, keeps it in a good position, but give DeVries plenty of credit, Steve. He hung on to the puck for as long as he could. And you know, you buy a little bit of time like that, and you can outweigh a goaltender. That's a good play.
The Sharks are offside at the Colorado blue line. 5:50 to go here in the second. But Greg DeVries was a defensive defenseman, leading the rush. He's got a goal and an assist. It's all Colorado, 5-0.
As my friend Sergio from Rio says.
Excuse me, did you say Sergio? From Rio.
Yes?
Your darkish, lightish hair? About this high? Heavy set, thin guy?
You know Sergio?
Yes.
Come join us!
Wait. Let's go see Sergio.
Smirnoff Ice Premium Malt Beverage. Drink responsibly.
Who's going to be late for work this morning? If you're on the westbound side of the Market Street Bridge, just putter and park and recline the seats. Both lanes of traffic are blocked up due to a two-car accident. No report of injuries at this time. The men in blue are on the scene breaking up the barricades. Traffic looks... Hold on a second. There's a woman. She is going up the side of the bridge, and the bridge is up. The bridge is up. Oh, she jumped the bridge. Oh, my, she jumped the bridge. A woman.
All power toothbrushes are not created equal. Sonicare has patented sonic technology. Its dynamic cleaning action gets your teeth whiter and healthier in 28 days, guaranteed. Ask your dentist about Sonicare.
People who don't use 1-800-COLLECT make me mad. I pity fools who don't know it saves a buck or two. 1-800-COLLECT always leaves a good impression. Use 1-800-COLLECT. Save a buck or two.
There's Greg DeVries. In his first 66 playoff games of his career, he scored 3 points. 3 points in his first 66 playoff games. He's got 8 points in 9 playoff games this postseason. The Sharks get to it. Stewart trying to get it out, can't. Turned over. Loose puck inside the San Jose zone, and it's cleared back. The broken stick on the ice comes into your picture now. Colorado getting 3 goals in less than 5.5 minutes to blow this baby wide open. 5-0 in favor of the Avalanche. Riccio chasing all the way down. Off for Ragnarsson. And it's sent in softly. And Thornton continues to finish his hit. That on Kasparaitis as the puck is into the 5th row.
Now, I know normally what happens when you're behind, you end up having to jump into the play, and what this does is create little odd man breaks, and you got to give Colorado some credit here because they've really taken advantage of the odd man breaks that they've had. 4 total, 2 of them in this period have both resulted in goals, including that last one by Greg DeVries. So you know that the Avalanche are beginning looking for the San Jose defenseman, jumping in, pinching in, and you chip it off the boards. Keep it simple, keep it off the boards, and you can create some odd man breaks going the other way. Not only create, but when you make them pay, and that even burns you even more.
DeVries trying to backhand up the boards. Solani thought about it and passed it across. They work the blue line and they score! Deflected in Sharks are on the board, and it's 5-1.
Now, good play getting back to the point. And just a simple shot on goal. And San Jose Sharks 5-1. And you saw Daryl Sutter a while ago in a close-up saying, let's calm things down. Let's get her going here. Point to point. And I thought it was Marleau. You had Sturm's stick there with one hand on it, and then Marleau was right behind. Rathje's shot, good smart shot along the ice. That's a stick of Sturm. Unless it hit Marleau afterwards, it's the initial stick of Sturm, who's got one hand on his stick. Yeah, he's holding one stick, holding foot stick with his left, and scoring with the other. Some pretty good hand-eye coordination right there.
Pretty talented. 4:37 left here in the second. Right now, they are giving it to Sturm.
Yeah, and I think that's the right call, too.
All right.
But it's a good shot by Rathje. I mean, that's the key there. I don't think Marleau ended up touching. Now, it's hard enough to determine that, but the first redirection was clearly off the heel of the stick of Marco Sturm with the one hand on his stick.
Brings back the old adage, so any shot towards the net's a good one. That didn't have that much on it, you know, Solani.
San Jose talked about putting bodies in front of Patrick and getting deflections, and if you shoot from the outside, maybe game one was an aberration we scored, but we're not going to expect that in game two. I think Patrick's been very sharp in this game. You're going to see a 5-1 lead right now, but I thought he made some good saves early on.
Harvey could not hang on to it. Up the near side. Hall couldn't clear. Hannon knocked down by Heino. Heino can fly. At the skills competition, Heino was the fastest player on the ad, which might surprise some. The puck out of play and into the crowd with 4:14 left here in the second.
Friends, don't forget to pick up your complimentary copy of the early edition.
I thought Timo Solani made a real good play, too. He ended up at the left point position. After you see right here, you got Hannon pinching in. There's Solani's looking. Now he gives a little fake there and goes to the far side. Right in front of the net, we've got a big hold over here, so let it roll. And we got Marco Sturm got the hold on the stick. He's lifting up one leg. He's causing a screen. He tips it in, and he scores a goal. I mean, the argument there from Adam Foote is, what happened to holding the stick? He's got my lumber right in his hand. But, you know, forwards going through the net, they get that stick from the defenseman all over, so they defend themselves, too. And sometimes it means you got to hold a tough defenseman like Adam Foote's stick. So it was a heck of an individual play, but a good setup by Teemu Solani from that left point.
There's Solani. And that pass chopped inside the Colorado zone. And now Heino saw the body coming of Sturm. He's able to protect himself. And the Sharks get to it with Rathje. He'll just flip it ahead to center. Solani and Kasparaitis. Kasparaitis gets there first. Icing is called. The World Cup is just weeks away, and Captain Claudio Reyna and the U.S. national team will continue their preparation on ABC with an important match with Uruguay. Coverage begins 2 Eastern, 1 Pacific on ABC, the home of World Cup 2000.
One thing you have to keep in mind in a long series, and with San Jose leading the series 1-0 and now trailing in game 2 5-1, is you still have to make the other team pay the price. And you can't give them an easy way out at all. I mean, you still have to play hard. You've got to make sure that the opponents know that you're going to get hit whenever you have the puck. And I think that's what San Jose's talking about right now. I mean, that's great. I mean, we're down. You don't just pack in the bags. You go hard again and see what you can create.
That's the only reason for the exception of that hockey cliche of one game at a time, right?
Yep.
Right down the road, you want to think about it. Games 5, 6, 7 of all if necessary. Though it certainly looks like a 5th game is going to be necessary right about now. Here's Skula, lets it go. Saved Nabokov. And the rebound to the Sharks, and Graves will take a look.
Good save. And Joe Sakic's getting some confidence, too. Quick snapshot there. Hayduk taking the puck down the right side of the ice. Good defensive coverage by San Jose, getting their men back.
And they're offside at the San Jose blue line with Kasparaitis leading the charge.
You mentioned Greg DeVries, and one thing I talked to him before the game is we take a look at game number 1. Here's the goal I was talking about on Nabokov. Nabokov didn't like it. He didn't like it because it was short side and he was guessing glove side. Here we have in game 2, DeVries. Coming down the wing, fires it high glove, changing it up a little bit there, diversifying the attack. But before the game, when I was talking to him, I said, there are many coaches out there that think that you're the most improved defenseman in the NHL. Who's he give credit to? Ray Bourque being here, Adam Foote's presence, and Joel Quenneville, when he was here, really taught him a lot about having the stick on puck instead of running around trying to make the cross check and getting caught out of position. Clearly, he is a vastly improved defenseman, and he's become an offensively impactful defenseman for the Colorado Avalanche.
Pretty good hit there on Marchman deep in the Colorado end. And it's a 3-on-2 at center, maybe a 4-on-2. Here's Yell winding up. That shot is blocked. Ricci was the player back to block the shot. Centering feed, that too is blocked by Ricci. Will go off the glass and out. Ricci, former member of the Colorado Avalanche. Member of that first Cup-winning team here in Denver. Traded for a draft pick that wound up being Alex Tanguay.
I know that draft year. I know that the one guy that Pierre Lacroix, the general manager, had his eye on the prize is Vinny Lecavalier, who was drafted to the Tampa Bay Lightning. Alex Tanguay's been a super player, though, for the Avs.
Centering feed is broken up. Good defensive zone coverage by Colorado. And this will go for icing, as Scott Hannon is back for a touch.
Well, let's pan over to that white bench right now. And ever since that goal was scored, when we went to the video review, we have not located one big Rob Blake on the bench of the Avs. So clearly that was it. I mean, one, he goes to the locker room, maybe on the way in, he makes sure he tells Eric Lacroix the video, get out there and let them know that was a goal. And number two, obviously not returning. I mean, the injury is serious enough that it keeps him out of a game one, and questionable enough that we wonder if he's going to play a game two. I mean, these guys play on grit and will and character, and I think that's the greatest thing about hockey is the fact that players, they don't just play hurt. I mean, when we're talking about hiding injuries, we're hiding injuries for a reason. I know a lot of, and you probably one, being around football, disagree with it. I've never disagreed with it. Why should anybody tell anybody about injury? This game is wicked, and you hold a stick in your hand, and a lot of subtle things happen during the course of a hockey game. So I'm not a big believer at all in telling anybody about any injury whatsoever.
I don't have any problem with the fact of not disclosing where the injury is. I'm okay with that. Just be realistic in terms of a timetable and how injured a player is.
That's the whole key about a timetable is, though, we've seen guys with fractured legs and 3 broken ribs, and well, at least say to yourself, maybe he can't play, and then he comes back.
Well, you try to be honest with this, but if they don't want to say elbow or knee, I don't have a problem with that. I understand exactly what you're talking about. Why put a bullseye on a particular part of the body?
Absolutely. These guys are ruthless.
Face-off upcoming. And one cleanly by San Jose, and Solani will shoot it again. Work back to the point. Floater, and deflected out of play and into the crowd. Minute 33 away from our intermission report. John Saunders and John Davidson. Highlights of the Blues and the Wings. Highlights, of course, the Senators and Leafs going at it also. And the Carolina controversy, the suspension of Jeff O'Neill. It happened really early in the game last night. And so, for the most part, O'Neill, they're one of the top goal scorers, be missing for 2 full games. Carolina, fortunate they won that game without him last night.
The story of Kevin Weeks grows. Good stuff. It's always great to see guys have success. And you have to be given an opportunity to have success, and that's great that he's responding.
Sharks get to it. Here's Solani. Out ahead for Marlowe. Tried a little return feed. Foot was there with the stick. The Avs get to it. It went off one of the Sharks. Won't go far enough for icing anyway. Final minute of play in a rather interesting period number 2. This has been eventful. Here's Hannon, had a lane. He'll shoot to the corner. Sundstrom couldn't get to it. And Stewart will go back and chase it in his own end. Rob Blake's got a pair of goals in his return, though apparently is still smarting, or the fact the Avs no need to risk him with a 5-1 lead. Joe Micheletti's working on that.
Well, he did his job.
Yeah, he did.
Rob Blake came in and absolutely he was a difference maker early on in this hockey game, scoring the first goal of the game from Yellen Keane in a quiet first period that saw the San Jose Sharks very much in this hockey game. They had chances on Patrick Waugh, but as we see, Patrick Waugh and the Avalanche, when bouncing back, I mean, the numbers are really incredible. for Colorado.
Not just off playoff losses, but when giving up big goals. I mean, playoff losses where they've given up 5 goals or more, they have come back to outscore their opponents 36-6 in the following game. 6-0 prior to this one. 3 of those via the shutout. Oh, deflected off DeVries and nearly behind Waugh.
What a save with the right pad.
Here's Sundstrom now. Pretty good opportunity. Now just turns around and whacks it. And Waugh the glove up high. 10 seconds left in the period. Bit of a flurry by San Jose. That could be a big goal at the end of the period.
You're darn right. You never count anybody out. I mean, come on. Anybody that's been around the game knows how momentum can change in a hurry. Patrick Waugh made a great save with his right pad. That shot on net went off the leg of DeVries. And then Patrick Waugh had to be quick, jumping over to his right with the right pad on the half butterfly. Reaching. Shot on goal off the shin pad. DeVries is just going back to play it. Patrick gave him a subtle little look like, man, where did that come from? Whoop, you're leaning one way, and he calmly goes back with his right pad the other way. Our Southwest Airlines goal cam, the stance and the balance of Patrick Waugh at the very end. That was the shot that you were talking about. Might as well put it on net. And he made a calm glove save with 10 seconds remaining.
32nd face-off of this period. We only had 17 in the first, so things have slowed down. Some controversy, some excitement, all in a wild second period. This game was 1-0 after 1. 5 goals on the board in this second period, 4 of them belonging to Colorado. It's 5-1 Avs after 2. We'll get you back to the ABC studios after this message, a word from our ABC stations.
The new Dodge SXTs, CD sound, aluminum wheels, and some cash left over.
What's the date?
CD sound, great wheels, and our 7/100 powertrain pledge, all for around $16,600. Strata Sedan SXT.
Smirnoff Ice Premium Malt Beverage, reminding you that if you're gonna drink, do whatever it takes to act responsibly.
Yeah, man. On my time.
The Compact Classic of New Orleans. Final round tomorrow on ABC.
More. Is that more of a good thing or a bad thing?
Sure, it's a bigger bucket, but look what's in it.
2 for 1. Do you even want one? Check it out. Subway value meals are fresh made, so you don't just get more, you get more great taste.
And now at Subway for just $10.99, get 3 delicious foot-long sandwiches. That's 3 feet of delicious fresh-made taste for just $10.99. With tasty meats and toppings on fresh-baked bread for just $10.99.
This is such a good deal, I'm gonna let you treat.
Subway, eat fresh.
Y'all ready for this?
Are you ready for the selection, the value, the excitement? It's Toyota's nationwide summer event with 18 models to choose from. More cars featuring Camry, a complete lineup of tough trucks, and all of your favorite SUVs. It's here, the all-new 2003 Matrix and the totally transformed 2003 Corolla with a dramatic new look.
Y'all ready for this?
Get the Toyota you've been wanting now. We're ready. Are you?
This will revolutionize your time, because now the best time to use your wireless plan is anytime. This is new Quest Wireless Anytime Minutes. No limits when you can call. Just an amazing 1,000 monthly minutes you can use anytime, any day. Plus these great features, all for only $39.99 a month. Call now and ask how you can save 10% off your wireless calling plan. This is the new way to save anytime. That is, anytime your hands are free. This is riding the light. Quest.
Worried about how to pay your kids' college tuition? 7 News, Monday at 5.
This is the Stanley Cup Playoffs Intermission Report. Here now, John Saunders and John Davidson.
5-1 is the lead, and this just in. This guy, Rob Blake, he's pretty good, I think.
You know, San Jose stayed there for the 2 days between the games to get used to the altitude. What's the nicest car you've ever driven? You got to be a real nice
83
car.
Yugo, I think it was.
Well, this looks like a Rolls Royce, the way the Avalanche are playing in this game. And now developing into the 5-1 lead after 2 periods. They don't have to play Blake nearly as much. Blake was dominant in the first half of the game, getting involved on the power play, getting involved in the scoring. Now with the injury problem that he has, Colorado's in a position where, hey, just sit. You don't need to play. Maybe get treated. Go see the doctor. Go see the trainer. Relax and get ready for Game 3.
You had a game off, relax in this one, and then a couple of days off before they play again. All right. A 2-0 lead would be extremely difficult for the St. Louis Blues to come back from. Already down 1-0. You figured they'd throw everything they could at Dominik Hasek, and that's what they tried to do, but it was a mistake at the other end by Johnson. Misplays the puck here. Yzerman scores.
Yzerman took a beautiful pass, 1-0 really early in the first period. That got Detroit going. And then whenever they did slip up a little bit, there was the Dominator and some help from Chris Chelios. That big right foot got in the way of the Dimitra shot that saved what would have been a goal against. Chris Chelios played all game long against Keith Tkachuk, played well. Here's a gorgeous pass to Brett Hall. Pinballed the puck between the legs of Brent Johnson. The former Blue scores against the Blues, and Detroit was on a roll.
And then they start to come back with the net empty. That's Tkachuk to Mellenby. And this is just a 1-goal game, but St. Louis could not mount and get the game tired, so Detroit comes up with a 2-0 lead.
Hasek had a great game. The specialty teams, 2 power play goals for Detroit, none for St. Louis. But Detroit has to think about what St. Louis did in the third period. They played hard and made a game of it, which I think should set up a terrific Game 3 of this series, even though Detroit leads 2-0.
Yeah, Detroit's won 6 straight playoff games. They're looking extremely good. Toronto looked extremely bad in game number 1 against Ottawa, but here they get on the board first. Travis Green with the goal.
Nice, beautiful pass from Pilash, the defenseman who jumped in. Travis Green scores. Green spent half of game 1 in the penalty box, but not here. And then you see a nice play where Tucker shoots after Mogilny created the turnover. Toronto never took a penalty in the first period. Curtis Joseph had a solid period. Ottawa actually outshot Toronto 12-6. The goaltending of Joseph was excellent. The goal scoring by Toronto was good. You know, Toronto got the 2-0 lead. They started to really control the game, and the Ottawa never had many scoring chances in the second half of the period.
Biggest news in this game is the Leafs didn't take a penalty.
Isn't that something? That's a change. Maybe they can figure it out. Stay on the penalty box, you have a chance to win.
It was their problem in game 1. DeVries, rather, I think it's a little help here from the defenseman's stick. Just the same, it's under the crossbar, and a 5-1 lead for the Avalanche.
At Michelin, our tires are rigorously tested. They're laser checked, X-rayed for structural integrity. And finally, no tire leaves the factory without a thorough hand inspection. Michelin, because so much is riding on your tires.
Brown loves the chase. Brown tells me exactly when our customers receive their shipments. Brown tracks down the names, and that lets me bill faster. Brown helps me shake the money tree. Brown makes my job kind of fun, in a dead serious sort of way.
Get paid faster. What can Brown do for you?
Putting your information online shouldn't mean putting it on display. An internet you can trust. Listed on NASDAQ. VeriSign. Listed on NASDAQ. A NASDAQ 100 company.
With new Go Snacks, you can go anywhere. Go Snacks are bite-sized Doritos, Cheetos, or Fritos in new containers. They're waterproof. They fit in your backpack or locker.
Go Snacks, go anywhere but hungry.
Sunday, starting 9/8 Central, the first of 2 episodes.
Get down!
The final 2 weeks to the biggest season finale of the year. A new alias. Then 10/9 Central. An episode too shocking to miss. A new practice after a new alias. ABC Sunday starting 9/8 Central.
Wednesday, it's a brand new night of winners and losers. First on My Wife and Kids, Junior has to choose between family victory with a girl. Good choice. Then, do you know where your children are? Jim doesn't.
Have you lost my kid?
Well, if you say it like that, of course it's going to sound bad.
It's a brand new My Wife and Kids. And according to Jim, Wednesday, starting at 8/7 Central on ABC.
5-1. Colorado has the lead right now over San Jose. Now, in last night's game against Carolina, Jeff O'Neill got tossed out of the game for a hit on Sheldon Souray that was behind his back. He has been suspended for an additional game. They did win this game without him, but he's a big part of their offense.
He's the #1 left winger on this hockey club, a key on the power play. That's Souray. He'll end up getting injured, but he hits Kapanen. Jeff O'Neill's in front of the net, didn't like it, so he wants to pay him back. Souray does not see it coming, gone. He played one more shift in Souray the rest of the game. This was at the 5-minute mark of that first period. Souray with a shoulder problem, not scheduled to play in game 2 because of the injury, so O'Neill missed 55 minutes, plus game 2, he's been given a suspension. And to me, Jeff O'Neill, it's a brain cramp. He wanted to pay back right away instead of waiting. He overreacted, and it's going to cost his team greatly. If they can win game 2, it'll be something winning it without him. The players in the National Hockey League, the majority of the games have been fabulous. But get respectful and not do things from behind. You create injuries and get suspended, and I'm glad the league came down on them.
The reason they were able to win that game was, if you're surprised, if you haven't watched Carolina a lot this year, they are a big team and they are a quick team. And an example in one play shows it all.
That kid, Eric Cole out of Clarkson University. Watch Brindamore try the pass, but the veteran Doug Gilmour picks it up. Here comes Cole back checking. Steals the puck. Now look at the 6'3" speed to the outside. Past everybody. Great save by Theodore. Cole gets up, goes back to the net. Guess what? Big goal. Right in behind Theodore. You take some of the kids like Svoboda, you take Vasicek, and you take Cole, and then you blend in the veterans like Brindamore, Ron Francis, Kapanen, and others. This team's pretty good and fun to watch. What an atmosphere they had last night down in Carolina. That was a blast.
Y'all versus A was my all-time favorite.
What's a Yugo anyway?
All right, you're a golf fan. We know that. Well, tomorrow, final round coverage of the Compact Classic. For a recap of today's third round, here's Roger Twibel.
John, thank you very much. At the English Turn Golf and Country Club at the Compact Classic of New Orleans, third round action. KJ Choi, the 31-year-old from Korea, entered the third round with the lead at the difficult 18th. This is third shot at the par 4. And a beautiful play from the bunker. KJ Choi, who opened up with a 68, came back with a 65 yesterday, had this for his par, and it just slides by. So what was a 2-shot lead becomes a 1-shot lead with that bogey at 18. So he leads Bryce Mulder and John Rollins by 2 heading into the final round. And there's 23-year-old Bryce Mulder. Can he make a comeback on Sunday? We'll find out at noon Pacific.
All right, Roger, we'll see you then. Meanwhile, can the Sharks make a comeback? They have a lot of work to do. Third period's coming up.
Today, Italian.
Sir?
Oh, what is it?
I think most of us are in the mood for Chinese.
No, we're doing Italian.
I feel like steak.
How about Mexican?
No. How about pasta?
Yeah.
Pasta is Italian.
Oh. Hey, let's all do whatever we feel like.
The Fridays take on menus, steak, Asian, Southwestern, or Italian, like our new chicken bruschetta pasta. Eat what you love where you eat at Fridays.
Oh.
Hey, man! Check this out.
I got a bulb.
But this will last you 2 years. Guaranteed.
Cool.
Philips, light bulbs that last.
Pay gym membership, $55. Pay cable and phone bill, $83. Pay newspaper, internet, electric, gas, renters, insurance, DVD, club, train pass, $220. Not needing a reminder for monthly bills? Priceless. Pay your monthly bills automatically and have less to remember. Learn how at MasterCard.com. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard.
I think not. Too much. What is that?
It's a triple-decker. I stacked it.
The Fridays take on eating everything you want, all on one plate. Try our new Natural Angus meatloaf. Eat what you love where you eat at Fridays.
This Tuesday at 10/9 Central.
What the hell's going on?
Something happens with Andy Sipowicz that's so powerful, so dramatic, it makes for one of the best episodes of NYPD Blue in years. If you can catch your breath, watch.
Back off! I'm not gonna say it again.
New NYPD Blue, ABC this Tuesday. Viewer discretion advised.
Your adrenaline is pumping, and your heart races at over 200 miles per hour. At that speed, you wouldn't even qualify. The Indianapolis 500 time trials next Saturday on ABC.
This is the NHL on ABC as we welcome you back to the Pepsi Center in Denver as the intermission report continues. It's 5-1 Colorado after 2. Greg DeVries moving it to Steven Reinprecht, and there is Peter Forsberg. It's a 5-1 Avalanche lead.
There are 3 reasons I don't mind overtime. John, Mike, and Dave Jr. Bring it on.
Only Dr. Scholl's Advantage Work insoles have an energy return system proven to relieve tired, aching feet all day. Dr. Scholl's.
Look, feel, do better.
Now there's a better way to soothe your skin after shaving. Nivea for Men Aftershave Balm has advanced moisturizers and vitamins to soothe and improve your skin. Nivea for Men, or Evolve Skincare.
So you sure this is okay? What if someone calls?
What if someone calls?
Sometimes you feel like being dependable. Sometimes you just want to go for a drive. Chevy Impala.
I'll be there.
Jerky.
Tuesday, let ABC take you back. First at 8/7 Central, after 20 years, Laverne and Shirley are together again. It's a reunion of the whole cast. Then at 9/8 Central, you loved them then. Where are they now?
That's a very long conversation.
And only ABC and E have it. Favorite stars then and now, right after Laverne and Shirley together again. Tuesday at 8/7 Central on ABC.
Pardon the intrusion, but I have just one question. What's up with the processed burger combos? Let's get them some KFC. Now we're talking, right, Spike? Hand-breaded, hot and fresh KFC original recipe chicken. Your favorite home-style side, a hot, flaky biscuit, and a medium Pepsi.
This is a poor excuse for a meal. This is a real meal and a real deal. KFC 2-piece original recipe meal deal. Get it now for only $2.99, or get 10 pieces for $8.99.
Ah, even Spike knows a real deal when he sees it.
There's fast food, and then there's KFC.
Introducing the world's first truck with 4-wheel steering. The new GMC Sierra Denali with 325 horsepower and quadra steer. Beats everybody, forwards and backwards. From professional-grade people come professional-grade trucks.
Worried about how to pay your kids' college tuition? 7 News, Monday at 5.
The Stanley Cup Playoffs on ABC. Brought to you by Rocky Mountain Cold Coors Light. Cold down easy. And Circuit City, we know how you feel. That's why we're here. Circuit City, we're with you.
Late afternoon, turning into early evening here in Denver, Colorado. Steve Levy alongside Darren Pang, Joe Micheletti, and our entire ABC Sports crew as we welcome you back for third period action. And the Avalanche with a 5-1 lead, looking to even this series at a game apiece. They head back to San Jose Monday night, 10 Eastern. Hanger and I will be there at the Tank in San Jose to bring it to you exclusively on ESPN, the only place you'll be able to see Game 3 of this series on the worldwide leader in sports. Play underway here in the third. The Avs and the home whites. And the Sharks will be visiting road teal. That shot is deflected and in! Wow! A fly ball that tipped up and over the goaltender and dribbled across the line. 29
Ricci off the face-off. Mike Ricci was trying to tell his teammates that it was up high. He's trying to let them know it's up in the air. And no one else saw it come off the stick. It was Ricci that went out to block it. Yet it went up high and then finds its way into the net. Goalie doesn't know where it is. Mike Ricci's pointing to everybody. It couldn't have been any more perfect than that, could it?
Wow.
I mean, it just literally, I mean, up, here's Ricci. Thornton can't get the puck out of the zone. Ricci goes up to block it, and it hits, goes up. He's trying to point. It's up, it's up, it's up. Oh my, it's in the net.
It's up and away.
And, you know, when the goaltender comes out, he's on the top of the crease. He comes out to challenge. And,
you ever seen one like that before? I'm not sure I've ever seen one pop that high in the air, over the goalie and in.
Yeah. Well, Ricci was one that came out off of 22 and one off of Hannon. So DeVries shot off of Hannon. DeVries takes it from the point with his glove after Thornton can't get it out. So it did not hit Ricci. Oh, we might be looking at a high stick on... Oh, yeah. First it was, I know, at first it was a high stick off Yell. Then it went off the back of Hannon. And then it went in the net. I'm sure that first what they're looking at is the high stick of Yell. High stick off of Hannon. And it looked to me like it was above the crossbar.
But once they see, and the officials probably don't know when and off Hannon, once they see it goes off Hannon, shouldn't the high stick be negated?
No. No, and here it is here again. Obviously off the blade. It doesn't matter. Off the back of the helmet, up top. The only thing is Yell is so far out from where the crossbar is. It's the crossbar height. It's not shoulder height, it's crossbar height.
And it's no goal, by the way.
Yeah, and it's no goal.
It's been a wild one.
Yeah, it has been. He's fixing the blade. Yell is. It hit that blade pretty strong. It's really hard to determine from that angle where the net was in relation to the net. If you take a look at Yell, he's 6'1". Net's 4 feet high.
All right, it remains a 5-1 game. Here's Messier, backhand, forehand. Checked by Rathje. Turned over to Yell. Yell hit by Hannon, who has to feel better. That would have been somewhat embarrassing for Scott Hannon.
Edno really couldn't do anything about it. Went off the back of his head. Up top, a goaltender, you know, there's a lot of things that happen there. Goaltender's feeling like, geez, I lost sight of it. I go down, I freeze, I don't battle. I mean, how that puck, though, what are the odds of that puck going up like that and landing so softly, delicately over the goal line and ending up in the net?
Not very good.
That's wild.
And so I still haven't seen a goal like that because it does a great job. Kept in. Stewart shot. Blocked it aside easily by Waugh. Here's Sakic now. Knocked away. And sent back into the San Jose zone. Stewart on it. Here's Brad Stewart moving ahead to center. Stewart's played a physical game for San Jose. Stolen from Waugh. DeVries pops it in the air, but it's okay because Forsberg has it. Reinfrecht try to hit Drury off of Stewart, non-goal. Bakov leaves it there for his defense. Off the glass, and Solani just chips it to center. Avs take it over there. They'll backtrack into their own end. 2 minutes into the third period. 5-1 Colorado in a game that has had everything. This was a mild-mannered 1-0 game after one. Waugh out for a stroll. Danforth try to beat him to it. Off of Messier and out. Here's Keane. He's bodied at the blue line.
Good hit by Marchment.
Nolan for Danforth just chips it inside the zone. And it's pumped right back out by Muir. Marchment will get on it. He goes across. Too far for Danforth.
No, shouldn't be icing. It hit the stick of the San Jose Sharks player before that.
And yet icing is called. Let's send it down to Joe Micheletti.
Steve, Rob Blake will not return for this third period. He's in receiving treatment right now. It's precautionary, though. It's not a new injury. It's the same injury that caused him to miss game 1 of this series, and they're just taking it easy. They're giving him treatment, make sure he's ready for game number 3. Now, the other issue for San Jose is that they were very upset that the referee did not drop the puck after the controversial 4th goal that made it a 4-0 game that was credited to Joe Sakic. My understanding is this: the referees will not drop the puck unless they're 100% sure it was a goal, and even when they are, they have to look over at the penalty box and get a thumbs up from the official score. They did not receive that. That's why they didn't drop the puck, guys.
And you know, Joe, you've been around long enough, though. The National Hockey League has it at its disposal. For them to call down immediately, that would have helped the case. So this wouldn't have happened if they would have called down from above and let them know right off the hop.
It was somewhat surprising when the replay was pretty obvious and clear once you got a good look at 1 or 2 of them.
Don't you think, Joe, it took an awful long time?
Well, that means that they probably weren't sure on it at all. Or, again, it might have been just simply that the referee wanted to drop it right away when they didn't get the official thumbs up on the play.
Yeah.
And the other question, and Panger, you were correct on the air, people were wondering why Stewart would stay in the penalty box since that came after the goal. I was under the impression that if they go back and review it, and the goal counts, that shot stopped. The rebound is in. Mateau. And it's a 5-2 hockey game. And don't go anywhere with 16:30 left here in the third, a 3-goal game.
Well, Patrick Waugh doesn't want his team in front of him to be sloppy. I mean, that's the bottom line. Is you don't want to be making mistakes. You want to be sharp. You want to win the game. You want to go into game 3 feeling real good. But here, a giveaway on the boards, kept in at the point. Danfus is in front of the net. Kasparidis is turned around. Rebound comes on the tape to Stéphane Mateau. Good shot on goal through traffic. Kasparidis gets caught turning around. Doesn't take the man, which is Mateau. He got caught looking for the puck.
At center ice. And now into the Colorado end. It's a 3-goal hockey game. DeVries never crossed the red line, but no icing because it's on goal. Stewart is crunched by a pair of Avalanche players. Harvey trying to push it out of the zone, got some help. And it's moved deep into the Colorado end. Stéphane Mateau. So his first goal in 55 playoff games. That one might have caught a bit of the glove from Todd Harvey. And the Sharks are coming on. Mateau from Danfus and Stewart at 3:30. It's a 5-2 game. I'm sure the San Jose folks are thinking if the officials would have dropped the puck earlier on that 4-2 game.
Listen, everybody knew that the puck was in the net. That's not really the case here. The case is that there's got to be a quicker way of getting an answer so that everybody's not in this position. I mean, automatically you're looking over situations, and that's the confusing part. That it should have just happened quicker.
And the bottom line is, let's just get it right, and they did.
Hey, look, and you know, you've got coaches come in from the locker room, stand on the bench. It has to be a little bit of order.
It's good television.
It is. And Eric Lacroix showing some good balance on that bench,
too.
too.
Did. The Sharks get to it at center. Here's Thornton trying to make the nifty move around DeVries. Ricci on it there. He's checked by Keane. The Sharks are not going away at 5-2. And Yell flips back to center. Some more housekeeping. Patrick Marleau did get credit for the goal, the first goal for San Jose, from Sturm and Rathje at 15:09. So for Marleau, it's a 7-game point-scoring streak. It's a new Sharks record in postseason play, breaking a tie with Jeff Norton, who had previously held it, had a 6-game playoff point-scoring streak for San Jose, taking care of some of the housekeeping. And across the line, here's Sundstrom, drop pass, and the shot from Thornton off the glass. Tip, save, wow! It's all San Jose now after that last goal. Our Coors Light storyline from Denver. Sakic and DeVries. Don't often see them in the same sentence when you're talking offense. Rob Blake, Joe told you he's done for the day, but he did his job. 2 goals today. His first career 2-goal playoff game.
And our Coors Light storyline replay. In the second period, a couple of odd man breaks by the Colorado Avalanche. Rob Blake follows through. This is pretty as it gets here. Fake shot, and then goal by Rob Blake. 3-on-1. Then, again, Brian Marchman of the San Jose Sharks. Not again, it wasn't the first time, but he goes to pinch in. They're trying to press, and ends up being an odd man break. And there's not a forward that can help out right there, and Greg DeVries makes him pay with that shot over the glove side.
The advantage of San Jose, as you see early here in the third.
You know, that last shift by the Ricci line, Sundstrom and Thornton, that's what they did in game number 1. Keeping the puck down low, a triangle offense, causing plenty of trouble. They just had a great shift to keep momentum in Colorado's zone.
Quick shot. Stopped by Waugh, no rebound, as Kasparaitis was dumped.
I love football on TV. Shots of Gina Lee, hanging with my friends and twins. I love burritos at 4 a.m., parties that never end, dogs that love cats, and twins. And I love you too. It's a love song.
Jim! Hey, Mikey. Here's our TV. 57-inch widescreen. Looks even better than last week.
Can we take it home this time?
Therein lies the problem, Peter. The minute we take it home, I'm going to see it on sale.
You know, with Circuit City's Price Match Plus, you don't have to worry about that.
Huh. Don't worry, take it home. Because if you find a lower price within 30 days of purchase, we'll give you back 110% of the price difference. Circuit City, we're with you.
Does this mean my video game system can come home too?
You can depend on cars that last. Chevy will be there.
Welcome back alongside Steve Levy, Joe Micheletti, Darren Pang, and Patrick Waugh continues his brilliance following 5 goals against. Oh, loud.
Face-off upcoming to the left of Patrick Waugh. Loose puck in the corner now. Harvey banging away at it for San Jose. Back to the point. Here's Stewart, deflected and well into the crowd. We send it back to John and John.
Steve and Darren, when a goalie ducks, that usually tells you it's a pretty good shot.
A face-off win by White over McCauley. Sammy Salo has the hardest shot on the team. Panger, would you have been ducking on this one? Oh, baby.
Cujo sees it whiz passes right here.
2-1.
You know, it's funny. Doug Wilson's in the building here. He's Director of Player Development for the San Jose Sharks. And while we were members, JD and John in Chicago, we always called it the 6-hole. Over my head, under the crossbar, and in the net. I didn't have to duck. It just went in that way.
That was a blast.
That is wicked. That's real wicked. I mean,
and to think guys played your position without a mask at one point.
They just... they were respectful of the game. They had the no curve and they kept it down. But there was a time when Bobby Hull came on the scene, that was a scary sight. Andy Bathgate with the curves, and oh boy, that changed everything. Sent us all to the loony bin, or that era.
Here are the Avs at center. Forsberg trying to knock it back the other way. And here's Ragnarsson on it. Sakic did a good job of tying his man up at center so they couldn't connect on the pass, and that's the reason it's icing to bring it back down into the San Jose end. 12:44 left here in the third.
Don't forget to pick up your complimentary copy of the early edition of Sunday Denver Post.
You have to think right now that Colorado's, their thought process on that bench You know, with everything that happened in that second period and the goals they scored, though, the thought process, and it's hard to get this back, it's hard to corral it back by saying you got to play the same way if it's a 1-1 game. I mean, all the little things that you do well in winning a game, keeping the puck simple, being strong on your own zone, keeping the puck up the wall, you start giving the puck away, and it gives the other team belief going into the next game. This game's not over yet by any stretch of the imagination. But clearly, I think we're going to see Colorado now. Let's try to initiate, because San Jose is taking this thing over a little bit.
Here's Sundstrom trying to make the pass. Thornton couldn't get to it. Ricci on the forecheck. He spilled into the corner with Yell. And play allowed to continue on at center ice. Turned over. Here's Yell the other way. Yell hit up high and sent down flying to the ice. Back out to center.
He got his hands up there. He got his full-on hand push right to the face of Yell.
Cannon and Skula. Messier over there. There's Thornton. Ricci in the corner. Thornton comes away with it. Cannon shoots it deep inside the zone. He'll go for a change now.
And here's the Ricci line again. Down low here. Down low. This is where they do their best work.
Suter's in deep. He's hit. Sundstrom gets to it. Sundstrom on his backhand. Being held with one hand is Skula. Sundstrom playing keep away. Rafchi fires, and it's blocked. Keane goes down in a 5-2 game to make the shot block.
That's the difference right there. Great effort by Mike Keane.
Kasparaitis and Sundstrom involved in the blue line. They'll separate. Next Saturday, ABC brings you the Indianapolis 500-time trials. Defending champ Elio Castro-Neves and points leader Sam Hornish Jr. lead the charge at the pole. The greatest spectacle in racing coverage begins 1 Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific on ABC.
Well, Mike Keane, he's been on 3 championships. He knows what it takes. It doesn't matter what the score. He's got to block shots. But before that, Stefan Yell going down the right side. Scott Hannon's been very, very good. But, man, does he get the old leather gloves right in the face. And not only that, I think what catches a player off guard, I mean, this should have been a penalty up high, but what catches a player is the pushing motion. You know, generally players are expecting a hit. So you're bracing yourself for a guy going into it. But Hannon exploded with his arms.
You've always been against that pushing check, and that's one of your big bugaboos.
No, especially around the boards. I think when players least expect it and you're off bounds. It's going to be a minor penalty here.
Penalty going to come up against San Jose. Looks like Suter's going to go.
Yeah, Hayduk went down as they're both battling for position. So they didn't get called on the Hannon one, and now Suter gets called on one deep in the offensive zone.
Number 20, San Jose, 2 minutes for tripping.
And I think the stick of Suter, the stick on the ice, I think Hayduk might have stepped right on it.
You mentioned Mike Keane playing today in his 198th career playoff game. We focus on him. So he's advanced to the finals 3 of the last 6 seasons. Gone at least to the conference finals 5 straight seasons prior to last year, and he's one of 8 all-time to win the Cup with 3 different teams, and as the Tattoos to prove it.
He scored his very first professional goal against me.
Really?
In the American Hockey League, and it was in overtime.
Tell me it was a good goal, at least.
No, it was a terrible goal. He banked it off somebody's boot and right in the net in overtime. A couple more minor penalties coming on right here. Vincent Danfus, I think, is going to go off with Greg DeVries. Danfus been quiet. And DeVries trying to hold up Danfus, trying to hold up the line, take away the blue line, make sure he can't get in there in the zone, try to force him to the outside. Not exactly the way the Sharks and Darryl envisioned this game going, especially after that first period. The wild second period that just broke loose.
Last time the Avs allowed 6 goals in a playoff game was back in '99 against San Jose. They fell 7-2. The very next game, Colorado bounced back to win 6-2, went on to win the series 4-2.
On the left side of your screen, that's where DeVries holds him up. And that's where the contact began. And I saw DeVries trying to hold him up over there.
Forsberg now. DeVries and Danfus slashing and hooking respectively at 9-10. Power play for Colorado. And it's sent down into the Avs end, and Waugh will leave it there to look to set things up. We're 5-on-4. Here's Forsberg. Nice tape-to-tape pass on the receiving end. Forsberg, rubbed out by Rafchi, tried to center in front. Forsberg, her foot, took a look. Now the shot, blocked by Ricci. The Sharks looking for any kind of spark. Here's Ricci now. Only the Islanders scored more shorthanded goals in the regular season than the Sharks did. And Ricci, one of those players.
What a play, though, by Ricci, too. He's got the long stick, so he gives Adam Foote, his former teammate, the tug. Then he goes past Adam Foote.
Here's Hayduk going past and scoring. Beats Rafchi and then beats Nabokov. And it's 6-2 Colorado.
Quite a play by Hayduk. Right-hand shot going down the left side. Quite a play. Getting beyond Mike Rafchi. Mike Rafchi at 6'5", to the outside, but look at the push move there. And Rafchi's stick got up high and clipped the helmet, clipped the visor of Hayduk, and he still managed to go beyond. Watch the first hook, then his stick rides up right there, and Hayduk still keeps his balance, comes across, and the leg of Nabokov from our Southwest Airlines goal cam, the right leg, it can't get down in time. It kind of gets caught there towards his body, and it leaves the short side exposed. And I'm sure that's one that Nabokov would want back, and same with Rafchi, as he couldn't get good position on Hayduk.
Here's Bradley. Can't get to it. Cleared out the center by Larson, and into the San Jose end. This is really following suit in the series back in '99. Muir on it, the far side. 2-on-2 battle to the right of Patrick Waugh. For Hayduk, it's his first from school at 10:21. It's a power play goal, and it's a 6-2 Colorado lead. 8:53 left here in the third. The Avs looking to send this series back to San Jose even in a game apiece.
Want to switch?
Sure.
Introducing the all-new Chevy Avalanche. The only vehicle that switches from an SUV to a pickup.
Good idea.
Chevy Avalanche. Motor Trend's 2002 Truck of the Year. Avalanche, like a rock.
Because we can! Yes, we can!
In Denver, maybe a slight advantage for Colorado that the Sharks have come on late. I mean, if the Avs win going away, maybe Bob Hartley doesn't have any real motivation, something to feed his troops with. But now the fact that San Jose has come on strong, Hartley can point to the fact, hey, we got to get our game back in gear. Another shot on Waugh, he makes the save.
Well, I think that's the way you get better. I think that's the sign of championship teams, is that you raise your level of play and you find, you know, when you have a great deal of confidence, you can nitpick and find the small things that you didn't do well. I think when you're a team that's fragile, you have to look towards the positives all the time, and you don't have that foundation of confidence to pick away with. But I would agree with you there. I think Colorado, with a 5-1 lead, they laid off a little bit at the tail end of the second and then in the beginning of the third period. But you know, they come back with Hayduke's goal, and an interesting note too is that this team has only played 100 minutes of being a healthy hockey team in Colorado, and they've outscored the opposition 9-1 in that time.
That's amazing.
The third period hasn't been healthy because Rob Blake's not in the period, but it's been something else. They haven't had the full troops all year long.
Foot gets to it, and it's cleared out to center. Think about the teams like Montreal last year, their manpower games lost to injury. This year they cut that down with some 50% of the Avs. I mean, the whole season will go just over 100 minutes without having your full complement.
And the other side too is, I mean, every one of the San Jose Sharks and Daryl Sutter and the coaching staff
keen off the turnover this shot.
They knew the Avs were going to be better.
All alone in front, shot score, Messier! Eric Messier, 7-2.
Yale's line bounces back with a big game here. Messier gets a good feed from the defenseman Darius Kasparaitis. Where is everybody? Holy jumping. Defensively, not very good. Everybody frozen on the puck. Kasparaitis makes a brilliant pass. Messier's right on the doorstep, going short side. And all Nabokov can do is look on over his shoulder. And how important is it for Nabokov to come up with some saves here in this third period to feed off of the next one?
Centers, they score again! And it's Dan Hinold! And it's 8-2 Colorado! That's 3 goals on 4 shots this period.
Nabokov just beelined it right to the bench. No hesitation, just went off there. And you have to wonder if maybe after the second period, and when you look back on it, would that have been a better time to take him out of the net? But Kiprusoff will come into the net here in an 8-2 hockey game. Rico Hall makes another great pass. Right on the tape to High Note. And they're just wide open. High Note's had a better game, had more spark. No help at all for Nabokov. He just looked like a little fatigue, little frustration that set in with Nabokov during the course of this period. And so Kiprusoff gives himself a chance, get in the net. And Nabokov can just get the gear off and think about game number 3 in San Jose.
Mika Kiprusoff, this is not his playoff debut, actually the 4th playoff appearance of his career.
He took over for Nabokov last year in the playoff series against St. Louis when Nabokov was fighting an injury.
I mean, think about this. This was a 1-0 game after 20 minutes. This was a mild-mannered, typical playoff game. You don't often expect to see a 10 goals scored in a hockey game, and this one's had wild, some goals, some controversy, some questionable calls. This has had a little bit of everything. Certainly plenty for your entertainment dollar here today. Here's Ricci. I don't believe they had this chant when he was wearing the home whites here in Colorado. Far side, Heinold will get to it. This was 1-0 Colorado after 1, 5-1 Colorado after 2, and it's 8-2 here coming up on 7 minutes to play in the third.
Yeah, and 5-2 when Stefan Matteau scored. San Jose was putting a little bit of pressure on Colorado. And then Hayduke scored a neat goal going down the left side. Messier and Heinold.
Here's Yale in shot, saved by Kiprusoff. Welcome to the hockey game. I'd like that to be your first tester.
Defensively, San Jose just pretty much packed this one in, though. And they're just letting Colorado dictate the play inside the blue line. Wide open chances. Wide open.
They're on the bus already. Headed home. 6.5 to play in the third. Waugh for Forsberg. Cross for Reinprecht.
Wonder how much time Forsberg will see. There's 6.5 minutes left in an 8-2 hockey game.
Here's hoping we won't see any silliness towards the end of this one. With an 8-2 game, it is possible. The old send a message kind of thing.
They're not cheering Patrick Law with that save. They're cheering San Jose with the shot on goal, are they not?
I think you're right. Off high note. And in. No icing will be called. It's waved off. We'll give you the scoring as soon as we can write it all down. The goal's coming fast and furious here in the third. 15 different players have at least a point in the game on the 10 goals. Messier from Kasparaitis and Keane, 11:59. High note from Larson and Hall at 12:11. That's the goals that made it 7-2 and 8-2. And that gets you up to date up through the second. Marlowe upended by Keane. DeVries the other way for Colorado. Marchment, the touch. Icing is called. 5 minutes left. And this series will be going to San Jose, even at a game apiece.
You must all break out of your humdrum existences. The atom becomes the flower, becomes the ox, becomes the man. We all must change. The world needs change. You, sir, you must change.
Chevy Avalanche, the only vehicle that changes from an SUV to a pickup. There's also Motor Trend's 2002 Truck of the Year.
Thank you. No, thank you.
Chevy Avalanche, like a rock.
Cal Ripken, peak performer, car enthusiast. He loves driving.
Time to pay up, son.
And naturally, Cal values performance, so he uses new fine-tuned Quaker State motor oils, like Peak Performance, for engines in their prime, backed by warranty on all lubricated engine parts, even if you change your oil.
Okay?
Okay.
Rematch?
Okay, you lose, you clean my room.
Hey, take it easy. I'm retired.
For performance you can count on, Quaker State. Stay tuned.
Well, you're never gonna get it. Tell me what's that for? Be happy with what you get. That guy's been awake since the Second World War. Well, you're never gonna get it. Tell me what's that for? Be happy with what you get. That guy's been awake since the Second World War. Who needs sleep? Well, you're never gonna get it. Who needs sleep? Tell me what's that for? Who needs sleep? Be happy with what you get. There's a guy's been awake since the Second World War.
Back in Denver, Colorado, the partying is well underway on this early Saturday evening in the Mile High City. 8-2 in favor of Colorado. Under 5 to play now in the third. Sundstrom. The Thornton quick shot. Looked like it was blocked in front. Kasparaitis will get to it. Kasparaitis is crunched hard. That shot through traffic. Sharks really come on here all of a sudden. Good pressure. Almost looks like a power play. Centering feed. Thornton had a whack at it. Stopped by Law. Ricci, quick backhander. Couldn't get it on goal. Marchman holding. Now firing. Misses the mark. Loose puck. Two Sharks. Sundstrom and Thornton a little too close to each other. Couldn't get the shot away. Kasparaitis, a thundering hit on Thornton. Loose puck. Scramble. Sundstrom firing. Still has it. Some wild play in the crease of Patrick Law is starting to chop away. Tip shot, glove by Law, and he'll hang on. 4:04 left in the third.
Well, you mentioned what's gone on today, and in case you have missed it, we have had some wacky situations. This happening on Joe Sakic's shot at first off the post. Well, clearly off the post and in. It was a long delay before they finally announced there was a goal. Here to begin this period, it was a high stick by Yell, and just because it hit Hannon in the back, it doesn't mean that high stick is nullified. No one knows where it is. It ends up going in the net. The goal was disallowed, and it was the right call. And there's been some goofy things, and you mentioned that Colorado has tied a franchise record with 8 goals in a playoff game. It happened in '96 against Florida.
Stanley Cup Finals. That shot through traffic never made it on goal. Stewart releasing. DeVries tried to glove it down, could not. There's Foot trying to swing it around the near side. Sturm off Ragnarsson is cleared out the center. Here's Larson now. One-on-one. Actually gets some help in the former Riku Hall. Hall, that shot off Kiprusoff. And Solani really gave it right back to Hall. Here's Reinpress taking it away. Tried to get it through to Tanguay, and pass was broken up. Bob Hartley was flat out gushing about Riku Hall today.
Yeah, he was. In fact, he made some wonderful comparisons. He said he has not seen a player so good on the defensive side of the puck. He compared him to a Dougie Jarvis, Hall of Famer, and Guy Carbonneau. Guys, man, that is some compliment. He just feels at that age he's just so strong on both sides of the puck, and I think he's more complimented the defensive side of the puck. That's a heck of a compliment.
Owen Nolan cruising around the slot area. The Sharks captain remains without a goal in these Stanley Cup playoffs.
Yeah, that's always magnified when you lose 8-2. I mean, it's always great when you're winning the game and you can say we've got a lot of depth, but you know, I know that when Owen Nolan gets prepared for Game 3 at the Compact Center in San Jose, he's going to put pressure on himself too. Get shots on net, be tenacious, be a force, put some pressure on Colorado. That hasn't been the case in this game.
Questions as we look ahead to Game 3. Rob Blake's status will be a question. Oh! Tried to center, and the pass was off the mark slightly. Bradley looked like he was there. Maybe just hopped on him. Had a pretty good scoring chance. Sharks get to it. They'll dump in. You knew the Avalanche would be better today. Did you know they'd be 8-2 better? That's something else.
Well, they've got it in all different directions here, too. I mean, it hasn't just been one guy for the Colorado Avalanche. I mean, that's what makes you happy when you're sitting there behind that bench. But 15 different players have at least 1 point today. 5 players with multiple points. But it really all started with Rob Blake's presence to begin this game and the energy that you're going to give a locker room coming back after not playing in Game 1 and losing Game 1 here in Colorado, where the standards are high. They're 2-time Stanley Cup champions, and they're the defending club champions. And I know organizations like the San Jose Sharks, their level of expectations is really based on what teams like Colorado have done. And you know, San Jose puts a lot of pressure on themselves. They've developed players and brought in character guys, and their expectation is nothing less than winning the Stanley Cup as well. But you have to go through the champs, and there's always something special about the way those teams can rebound when they've been through it before.
Talk about expectations for Colorado. 6th time in 7 years since they moved to Colorado. They've made it at least into the second round. Those are some of the expectations to get well beyond the second round. They're certainly not satisfied. There's San Jose. Maybe this is their year to really break into the elite. They've never gotten out of a second-round playoff series.
I think all good teams, too, and coaching staffs, they do the same thing. When the going gets tough, you trust what got you there. And I know Bob Hartley talked about that before the game started. I mean, no changing, no dramatic change. We're not changing systems. I mean, we lost 1 game. We're going back to what our staple has been. Same thing with Daryl Sutter and the Sharks.
Coming up on 1:20 to go here in the third. Again, this is a 1-0 game after 20 minutes of play. 2-line pass. Whistle down with 1:16 left. And an 8-2 hockey game.
And they've become more magnified. And again, you know, we watched Owen Nolan early on in this hockey game, and there was, you know, he was getting on the forecheck, using his stick, trying to use his body, trying to get in there and create havoc. But between he and certainly Vincent Danforth, who's got to get the puck in the right area if they're going to have success. And Adam Graves is solid going up and down. The best line again in my mind, and you know, it's an 8-2 shellacking, but Thornton, Ricci, and Sundstrom have been the line that's been able to keep the puck down low and put pressure on Colorado.
And here, Ricci hearing it from the crowd. Amazing how it became so unpopular in such a quick time. It's really a compliment to a visiting player when the crowd picks you out like that. Final 50 seconds. Flipped into center and down into the Avs end. Kasparaitis trying to get it away. Stewart back on it. Final 35 seconds.
Here's Heino. Softly. Will not go for ices. That's a good play. Keep that clock moving. And the crowd on their feet here in Colorado. Here's Solani. The shot stopped by Waugh. These Denver fans are sure of at least seeing a Game 5. And that'll do it. Horn sounds. Waugh and the Avs bounce back in a big way. I dare say 8-2 they win to even this series at 1 game apiece. Game 3 Monday in San Jose. ABC Sports is online at ESPN.com. The keyword ABC Sports. John and John after this.